Rest. In the city, searching for that green. Guerrero Show. In between Chris Green fingers, Rugby 2, Big John, Frank, Corey, Joanna all through. Every day we rolling up, puffing it high on that Cali quality, touching the sky. Tune in at 9:30, growing to survive. The Guerrero Show, feeling so alive, living large, cultivating pride. High times every day we ride. We got strains for days, from sativa to kush. Grumpy with the insights, never in a rush. Big John, steady hand, always clutch. Frank keeps it funky, Corey got that touch. YouTube Chronicles, labors of love. In the flow, in the groove, rise above. Hold your weed two pass. And the right, much shit, but we're eating us, close in the sky. All the dad's baby, owing the ass and legs. Right out the bed, shut it. The fish. Yeah, smoke clouds, green dreams. Life in between beams. On a different level, climbing high. With the crew, reach for the sky.
I don't know what just happened. I feel like I'm caught in a loop. Well, I'll do this again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is a brand new episode of the Guerrero Grow Show. This is a cannabis community grow show. This is a grow show. This is a garden community show. This is a community growing show. So I'm your host, Chris Guerrero. This is a brand new episode of, like I said, the Guerrero Grow Show. We are growing here mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We are growing here metaphysically, and now with the store open, we are growing monetarily. So what is going on with you guys? What's up, Grumpy? What's up, Joel? Or the ghost of Joel?
Yeah. Curly Greenleaf and Decoy Bacon. Cheers to you guys as well.
I don't know what just happened. That was freaking weird, dude.
It knocked me off too, bro. It like cut me off and I had to pop back on.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. Yeah, that was weird. Really weird. Really, really weird. Can you guys see us out there?
When are you going to show all your fun you had at Ridge Fest?
Oh, hold on. Just making sure. View my channel. Videos.
There we go. Good morning.
Cool. How are you
Good morning.
Doing good. Doing good.
It's fucking hotter than a flamethrower's ass up here today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's finally starting to break out here. It's been a chilly morning. I think we're looking low 70s today.
Shit, we're looking at like 100.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what it says, I knew it was good. It was supposed to be warm on the. Oh, no, it's going to be 92 today. Ooh. That's perfect growing weather. Perfect growing weather.
It says 92 here, but I'm like, fuck, dude. If it says 92, I'm like, it might be a little warmer.
So I went to Ridge Fest.
78.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool. Still nice.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he bumped temperature for the whole week about 2 or 3 degrees a day, but we're still only hitting 81 day this week.
Yeah, we'll be back into the 70s Thursday.
So Chris, you were saying you went to Ridge Fest this weekend?
Yeah, I went to Ridge Fest this weekend. It was fun, like always. A A lot of the usual suspects were there. A lot of the people of that area were there. Those were representative from a Humboldt Seed Company. There was there was another guy named can't remember his name right now. Hold on. What was it again, Grumpy? What was it?
He was from State Fly Farms.
There was that dude there. There was what's the other guy? Hold on. Let me go grab the info there. Daniel from Down Home Farms was there.
Oh,
Fucking
nice.
Danny from also Danny from what the hell is that thing called? DW Smoke Break was there. Equilibrium, that's the Equilibrium Genetics was there.
Jason,
I got a couple. Yeah, I got a couple cuts from him. I got the RS11, and I got the. No, that's too. Stop it. No, I didn't get the grape ape.
Oh,
I got the RS11, and I got the Cherry AK-47.
fuck yeah, dude.
And that's what I got from him. Right here. I'm covering up that. So they won't try to hit me. But yeah, that's yeah. So yeah, they good job on my part for finding it. I was looking for genetics and stuff, and I seen some people having it, and they had some weird ass different crosses and shit. I wasn't looking for weird ass different crosses. I was like looking for main ones and shit. You know what I'm saying? So these are a couple main ones that I found, and I also from Downhill Farms, I picked up a Kim Dog, the Kim Dog. So I have the
91 VA, you mean?
It's all I've been told. It was the Kim Dog, not.
Well, there's.
I know it's not Kim Dog Sis. It's not Kim Dog Sour or whatever Kim Dog whatever the other ones are. 91. It might be 91.
That's the original one.
Hold on. And then that's probably which one it is. I understand that's the original one, but I'm just saying it's
and then Kim Dog
the one
D
that it's the one that everybody wants.
Okie Grower said, "Let's see the clone."
Chem 4.
Oh, this is the RS11 right here.
No, he
This
wants
is
to
the
see the Kim
RS11.
Dog clone.
Oh, you want to see the Kim Dog clone?
That's what he said.
Kim Dog.
Okie Grower.
He didn't say he wanted to see the fucking Kim. He said, "Let's see the clone." Where do you see that? He said Kim Dog.
Guerrero's like, "You're gonna
Jesus
make me get up, you
Christ.
asshole."
Here's the AK-47.
Nice.
AK-47 right there.
Looks just like the RS11.
No, RS11 looks different. It's in a square pot.
See, there's RS11.
RS11 skinny. This one's fatter and in a round pot. They do not look like each other.
Oh my God, Guerrero.
But yeah, so I got those ones. If he wants to see that clone, he'll specify that he wants to see that one. It's I don't think. I'll just say it like
the round pot when you showed the RS11.
What?
The one that was in the round pot. The RS11 was in the square one. What was in the round one?
The Cherry AK-47.
Okay, 47,
the cherry phenotype of AK-47. It's AK-47. phenotyped cherry.
Right.
So it's the cherry one that flavored like cherry. So, anyways,
Brian,
does
in,
he
good
want
to
to
see
see?
you again.
Did he want to see the? Do they want to see the
You want to show it? Show it. We'll love to see it.
ChemD?
God damn it!
They want to see
What
the
the
ChemD.
fuck?
All right, it's gonna be hard to see because it's kind of small. So let me go. We'll go here. It's kind of small. It's a little baby thing. Little baby. It's a little baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. It's hard to see it.
it's hard to see. Right there.
Guerrero, that thing's gonna be huge in your yard, bro.
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. Dude, I've always wanted to grow a chem dog.
Okay.
I'm excited, dude. It's
Yeah.
all the other ones are doing great. Clockwork's oranges are doing fucking good. They're almost at least a foot and
Okay,
at
Guerrero,
least
what did
16
Okie
inches
Grower say
tall.
this time?
He said we want to see them all. So you guys saw to see them all.
Yeah, that one's gonna be the big one in your yard.
I hope so because
You should probably
dude,
go cut a big top off of it and cut some clones off of it. Keep it.
that's what I was going to say. If Eric has more experience in cutting clones, if Eric wants to come down here and cut some fucking clones off of it and keep some clones over there at his place, he's more than welcome to come fucking cut a couple clones off the motherfucker
Well, that's what I was saying.
save that
Okie
shit.
Grower, she's a big girl already, and she's gonna be even bigger.
Yeah, I got that motherfucker planted. I got that motherfucker already planted. I got my what is that? The fucking it's either a 5-gallon fucking black fucking potting container, and I cut the bottom off, and then I filled that up with fresh soil, and then put a little bit of tiny bokashi at the bottom, like at the bottom of the
hole.
the bottom of the hole, so it'll fucking eat all that shit up. That's the plants and shit that are underneath it, hopefully.
Right.
And I fucking put some soil on top of that, and then I put the plant on top of that, and then I filled it in so it has this much more room to grow down into the soil and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like fucking only that. So it can even get bigger. I want it to even get bigger.
Right.
Because dude, I'm excited. Like fucking girl, I like Kim Dog. I was smoking it and shit. I smoked it this weekend. I fucking brought the bud over from the competition like this, and then everybody's like, "I can smell that. I can smell that. I can smell that." Everybody was saying, "I can smell that shit." So I'm excited for that. Hopefully, it doesn't taste like cardboard chirps because of fucking being here in the 180-degree weather and shit. You know what I mean? So, I met these people. I did a video with these people right here.
Well, I've grown the Chemdian out in the full sun in the greenhouse several times, and
it's insect grass. Nice.
She's an eater when it comes to growing in the sunlight. She definitely eats a lot of food, so I have to keep up with her there.
Okay, so I have to make sure to keep up with it.
Well, I think if you start getting a real heavy fade early and it correlates with 100-degree weather, you're going to have a lot of leaves burning off and terps burning off and everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So, yeah, I definitely want to have her looking good and green and healthy and strong going into any kind of warm weather for sure.
So I got it in it. So basically, it's in a 3x3x3, 3x3, 3x3.
When it starts
So-
getting hot, just use yucca and water in yucca and stuff, man.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of silica added with it or something, just to strengthen up the cell wall so it doesn't.
That way it bumps it up and it has a little more defense for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I've been hitting my soil with all the bioag stuff and green grow stuff. So I've been hitting my soil to get all the microbes alive and shit.
Right.
So I hope that works.
But yeah, she's going to get huge. That's for sure. I mean, she gets
Well,
big outdoors normally as it is. She just likes to grow.
Right. Heavy feeding and heavy watering, and you'll fucking have a giant.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
And then when you start harvesting, you're going to be cursing. Like, God damn, I got to trim all this shit? What the fuck?
Right.
Trim all
That's the bad part. Is at the end, you're like, Jesus, motherfucker, man, really?
He's going to be going to his son. All right, I know you have one more year of school, but you got to go now. I need this room to hang buttons.
Right. I'm like,
all right. Here we go.
And
Before I water it.
For almost 10 years, we had a garden,
orange.
Outdoor garden. That was
Clockwork
what's
orange.
that one?
The clockwork orange.
Cool.
I need to water it.
Right, water that poor
bring
thing.
it over. I kind of pick up every single one of them.
You're going to be planting them outside to get a nice bush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure, Eric. Use that some silica in there, extra calcium, all that stuff to boost the leaf cell wall up there. Can handle these hot days and get fried away.
Fuck yeah, silica and some yucca. It's like the yucca helps it for the extreme heat, so it doesn't want to weather away. Bungie, cheers.
Cheers, Bungie.
Tin Chucker, you better hurry up and get over there and get clones, man.
So that Martian Mean Green Super Silver Haze run, or Super Silver Haze Martian Mean Green run, all the pollen is unflowing. The plants are heavily pollinated. And now it's just let them mature out. Of course, I have a freaking leaf septorium deal. Look at my freaking citrus trees outside all have little spots of it and everything. That's why I'm not growing outdoors this year. It's going to be the second year playing with that bullshit.
What the hell?
Annoying. But
yeah, that's going to be dope as shit. Martian Mean Green and Super Silver Haze, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a tester pack of seeds I got when I bought an LA Confidential at the 2005
Bring your key.
Cannabis Cup in Amsterdam.
Bring your key.
Nice.
I grew out some of them before when I got to California in 2007. The Super Silver Haze Martian Mean Green, really good plant. Strong, kind of herbal, woodsy, spicy, upbeat. Seem to be quite Super Silver Haze dominant. The one I kept at least the most. So, actually looking forward to revisiting that. I had it labeled as a strain called Helper. It was in a couple shops out here for a few years.
Right.
Did good. Consistently tested around 18-19%.
Did you ever get a chance to grow the common chung from them or the cantaloupe haze?
I have right now. I just finished growing all this past winter. super cantaloupe haze,
Nice.
which is a G13 haze crossed back to the cantaloupe haze.
Right.
Everything I had was real G13 haze leaning. I get hardly any kind of sweet cantaloupe flavors out of it. I didn't keep anything. I have some of them are lightly seeded out from the test run, growing them out, but I mean I didn't keep anything.
Right. That sucks. You didn't give me that cantaloupe taste in it.
Now I have some C13 haze, which is I think Connie Chung times G13 haze.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I got a bunch of DNA genetic stuff, older stuff still. Yeah, next couple of years is going to be a lot of planting out the old stuff before I have to worry about it going bad, and I want to dabble in some of the brand new stuff I made to see what I'm getting out of the crosses. Maybe do a little old new mix up.
Can you kill fucking Fusarium with labs?
Fusarium? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have much issue with Fusarium.
I think you can, or
I've got Leaf Septoria on my property.
Yeah. Can you kill Leaf Septoria with labs?
I'm using Bacillus subtilis and sulfur.
Okay.
It's effective. The biggest problem with it seems like if you don't get rid of all the material that's infected, even if it's sprayed, it seems like it comes back eventually, like leaves on the ground and stuff. So I'm busy trying to pick leaves off of citrus trees, stuff off the ground. It's in oak trees. It's everywhere in the property. It's in the woods and stuff. So I'm really having a hard time figuring out how to deal with it. It seems like it's going to be kind of an impossibility to eliminate it because it'll just start creeping back onto the property naturally because it's all over the place.
Yes.
Just trying to keep it away from my greenhouses just so I can hopefully get, a grow in to where I get my flowers all done without having to deal with leaves turning yellow on me at week 3, week 4, and losing a lot of leaf matter. Sucks. Not that I'm growing for any kind of yield or anything. It doesn't really matter there, but still, it's just all the effort and time put into it, and yet your plants are like, ugh, what the fuck's happening? All our leaves are getting shit out. Just sucks on the yields. And I imagine since I'm doing mostly seed runs here, it's probably going to, amount of mature seeds that are nice and plump, probably less of them overall. So
you got the trichoderma too?
I don't know. I think I have any of that down there now.
So use them.
I was using a couple sprays with that and the sulfur, and then waiting, and then after a few weeks, I go back and do a little neem on top of it, try to encapsulate the leaf a little bit, try to keep spores from flying off. But I mean, as far as indoor, it's not that hard to get rid of. It's the outdoor area. I mean, let alone treating my greenhouses is one thing. Now. Right. I'm having the problem I had last year. I didn't put filters in my greenhouses this year. I didn't have them on last year either because I didn't feel like going and buying a whole bunch of new filters. I had my old ones got all shit out, and I'm not doing a whole lot of shit outside here, so it's not that big a deal. But the problem is now that makes that much more of the mold fungus spores are getting into the greenhouse. I didn't have it. I'm pretty sure the bacteria and mold's been here in the property for years, but I've always had filters in my greenhouses, and this year I'm not using them again. Same thing. I'm already having stuff in the greenhouse. I see it popping up. So I really had the filters in there mainly for bugs.
Insects.
And the neighbors. Yeah. And the neighbors are like this time of year when they decide they're going to go ahead and have their whole backyard rototilled to get rid of the weeds.
Oh,
and it's like a dust storm all freaking day. So I'm ready to harvest. Like a dust storm in my backyard out. So I got to have filters in my greenhouses. But now I'm not growing for shops anymore. I'm not really doing a whole lot for personal. I'm going to be doing all my indoor for personal coming up here soon as far as test runs. So I decided I don't really need to do much about it. But now it's definitely turning into where I get more mold stuff issues in the greenhouses. So I usually have foggy mornings here 5 days a week. It seems like usually, so it's something that does pop up. I'm gonna have to break down and buy more filters just to make my life easier.
Right? Takes money.
Yep.
Takes money to grow good weed. I've been told. This is part of it, I guess.
Well, one way or another, either you're going to spend the money on buying and living in a perfect location where you don't have to worry about things so much, or you're going to buy a place where you have to adjust your environment to be perfect for it. Somewhere along the line, you're going to pay, though.
Yes. Just so everybody knows, I am 384 miles away from Los Angeles, okay? Just everybody knows. So don't ask me about anything that's happening in Los Angeles. Because
right? You're like, I have no idea.
I don't no idea. It ain't happening up here yet. So
I get protesters in Sebastopol already. But they protest everything down there, so
yeah. Well, I mean, I live
there's
in
people like
capital
Uncle
city,
Sam
so
costumes on, waving fucking banners about something about banishing
That's what I'm
ISIS
saying.
or something. I have no idea.
Fucking Fasoli, how you doing, brother? Good to see you,
Hollering.
Fasoli.
Yeah, there's always a protest here because I'm at by the Capitol. So
yeah.
fucking yeah. So there's always a protest going on for something. Either it's teachers unions, fucking the state unions, fucking something going on. You know, there's always a protest for every single situation that you could possibly imagine. So they get their little fucking permit to do the protests, and then they do their little protests, and then they're done for the day. And then the next group, the next day comes in and protests. They got their permit for that. And then the next day, and then the next day, and then the next day, there's always a protest at the Capitol. Except for on the weekends. Most of the times on the weekends and stuff, there's no protest for some reason.
Yeah,
why do you think that is?
More people could protest when they'd be off of work, but maybe not.
Yeah. Why do you think there's no protests on the weekends?
I'm busy doing something fun. There's no politicians there to protest, so they can't see them either.
Yeah. Exactly. I think that's it right there.
The politicians aren't in the building. They're not going to protest. There's no one there to.
Exactly. Thank you. That was actually I think the right answer. But in Los Angeles, that's not the state capital, so that's different.
They're down at ice or something. Yeah, green fingers. I agree. It's not really a protest when you start burning cars and lighting fires and shit. It's more of a riot. You can stand with your signs and yell, but once things start lighting on fire and blowing up, it's no longer a.
Yeah, but as you know, in the Black Lives Matter protests and shit, there was protagonists in there trying to get them cleared out, and by starting to be violent. They know if they make it turn into violence, they're gonna come take them out of there. So that's with any protest. So I don't care what side of the protest it is, or whatever kind of protest it is. If they want that protest gone, they're gonna the government's gonna send in some protagonists, make it turn violent. Then they have the right to come in and wipe them out and take them out.
I don't think it's the government sending in protagonists. It's just those people were already fucking there all the time.
No, I'm saying that I think it's the way the government deals with it if they want them gone. and that's with any kind of protest of any type, for anyone, for any whatever, fucking rights to fucking have raw milk and shit. If they don't want them out there protesting raw milk, farmers out there, they'll fucking have somebody out there be violent and shit, and then they'll be like, let's go get them. Let's start shooting tear gas at them.
No, I don't think it's so much the government sends protest either side at all. I think it's more the people that are willing to protest. There's always, if you're already that willing to go out there and protest something, the chances that there's somebody that's even more into it than you, they're willing to do whatever. They don't even care on either side of any issue.
Yes, agent provocateurs.
That's so much of a conspiracy theory all the time.
I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I think if it's
I think they have agents watching and taking notes of who's doing what all the time. But I think most of the actual provocateurs are people that are out there they're fucking loony. Most people that protest are fucking out. They're gourd loony in the first place.
I don't know. We were out there protesting for fucking cannabis rights.
I don't.
Were we loony?
Either. If you
protest, need to do that.
Much more effective things than protests to do.
There's a couple guys I follow that track a bunch of the protester agitators.
Provocateurs.
In the Cali sun, he's a master of the seas, on greatness for everyone. 15 dogs, they run wild at the Salton Sea, with a black widow by his side, synthesize the seed, separate life's potential in the field so green, watching dreams part from the soil, you know what I like the sky.
Reagan actually seems like a bit of a nutcase. If you say leaving out pallets of bricks is now stokes violence, it's the people have to throw the bricks. Bricks don't just fly off a pallet by themselves. You still have to have some nutcases going to throw a fucking brick. They need to be locked the fuck up still. So that's the sign of logic. Like, oh, guns kill people. No, people kill people with guns. Guns don't kill nobody. They just sit there.
Yeah. So. There's that mob mentality that happens and shit, and it catches fire, and the mob mentality starts happening, and it's hard to stop it. Some people that are non-violent before could all of a sudden turn violent, man. It's that mob mentality.
I guess so.
So all it takes is a couple of provocateurs and shit to start throwing those bricks and shit because they got their faces covered and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. They want to get them cleared out. Then the next thing you know, they got fucking 150 fucking cars coming in shooting tear gas and shit to clear out the thing.
Telescope, cheers, bro.
So, like I said, I don't care what they're protesting. It's just how they get rid of protesters.
Well, throwing bricks, in my mind, you should be able to get your ass shot for throwing a brick. That's a deadly weapon. Throwing a brick in here, fucking kill somebody. So
yeah, I understand. No, I understand throwing. No. Like seriously, I understand what you're saying. And shit, man.
Yeah, but protect your business. Do you know what that means? Arm up and protect your business. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, dude, it sucks. Yeah. Yes. Dome piece.
And then the governor of California is like, you can't have the National Guard.
Yeah, I already know about that one.
Well, here's the whole thing with all that.
Cause more trouble.
If they would have addressed it earlier on in the day, you wouldn't need to send the National Guard in. The police ain't allowed to help ICE back and forth, whatever's going on. So it's like, because it's sanctuary state here, so they're not supposed to help out each other, and so they have all kinds of bullshit with that. If they were able to block this shit down, kick them off the goddamn highway, people started getting on there right away, start locking them, grabbing them, throwing them in the paddy wagon right away. You wouldn't have had an enduring freaking violent riot going on. They act like,
Well, like I
trying to
said,
stop it, that provokes it. Stop it early so it doesn't get bad.
yeah.
I don't know. But they seem to think by sitting back and letting people go beyond actual protests and be blocking traffic and
I don't know.
Or let it go. It escalates. Stop it early.
I don't know what protest what is the proper way to protest? I mean, is there?
Well, you can't get in the street and block traffic for one. So, it's first person steps foot in the street, grab them, bang, block them up.
Do you remember what happened in Tiananmen Square?
This isn't China.
Is that what we want? I know, but I feel like this is where we're heading.
No, you're not even at the protest on the sidewalks. We're saying you can't block traffic.
Protesters like this.
No, they have coned off area they're able to walk, and they go on beyond that area. It's freaking. They just keep going, lighting on fire.
They're lighting. They like 3 or 4 squad cars on fire. I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rioting's not the right way to protest. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. But like I said,
and then they didn't learn like if you're gonna live here, don't shit in your own backyard. Why are you fucking it up? Why are you fucking up this place? If you care so much about
I feel like
they don't.
With the modern age, there's so much easier ways to protest. All the social media protests they can put on, they don't have to get seen so much easier nowadays than you did in the 60s or 70s. You had to go and make a big shit storm to get attention by the news. No one would see your face across the country. Nowadays, you do something that's posted all over the world on 20 different social media platforms instantly, and everyone sees you everywhere. You don't need to go do all this crazy other shit. Just your message will get out there from the amount of connections we have today. It's just everyone's fucking interweaves and connected together. Everyone knows everything at the same time. There's a lot more tools at your hand to protest with.
Nah. Big John in the club, standing tall, he protects from the East Coast down with dreams. You better collect it. Rip inside of races, seeds of dreams planted. His name's Green Eyes, his vision enchanted. The cattle by his side, from Brazil she cooks. With adult kids, cannabis schooling, breaking the books. Big John, the best. Dream size.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Yes, rich people do need their toilets cleaned.
If you think this is being a slave, that's crazy. Like, we have the most freedoms in any other place. A woman could walk down the street without a man, without being stoned because she's not with a man right then and there. Like, what the fuck?
There's different types of freedoms. There's different types of freedom.
Growing cannabis in my backyard, in my house. What the hell?
Yeah, there's different types of freedom.
Yeah, no. We live in the most freest country.
We don't live in a free country that there's freedom in if you have money.
You sound like a far left. You're just like the left.
There's freedom in
money. You can make your own freedoms, my guy. You can make your own fucking...
Yeah, you can. If you got enough money, you can have all the freedom you want.
My great grandpa didn't come here with any fucking money, and we became fucking.
People that are laying homeless in the street, dead broke, they're allowed to lay on the street, get free drugs and shoot up. That's awful freaking free.
That's
They don't got no money, and they'll have to sit there and get all fucked up all day long and get food given to them. And
my great grandpa came here with fucking no money. This is 4 fucking people ago. This is my grandpa. I'm the 4th. The first came here with very little to no money, and we became millionaires for that. So it doesn't take anything but hard fucking work. A lot of hard work to do it. It's not the hardest thing in the world to do.
Yep. My grandparents were coal
The whole
miners
family
and
has to be in on it together. You can't just go split ways and go one way and go the other way. The whole family has to be together and say, this is the business we're going to do. This is how we're going to go. And this is what we're going to make it on. Yeah. Luck sometimes is part of it. Find the right business at the right time and you can make it.
yeah.
Especially today. You don't have to do anything. You get an Etsy shop and you're fucking on your computer. You don't got to leave your house and you can make stuff and sell money right then and there. Fucking, we got kind of a lot of freedom. A GoFundMe page, people will give you money for no fucking reason just because they feel bad for you or they believe in something that you're doing. Fuck, we got so much fucking freedom.
There's people that probably run GoFundMe pages for that's their job. Trying to think of scams to fucking get people to fund them for shit. I wouldn't.
Jeez Louise.
I send people free seeds. That's pretty damn good freedom right there. You got freaking free seeds coming your way if you want them. Fuck, that's a freedom right there.
Oh, yeah.
Shit. You can't do that in other places. You can't send stuff in the mail like this. You get fucking your head cut off.
I need about $3.50. Can I get about $3.50?
Saying it's got to be tree fitty. You're saying it wrong. You're saying it like a white guy. Tree fitty.
How much for one rib?
One rib. Okay. Can I just smell the rib? Can I just lick your fingers? I just need one rib.
Just put the soda in my hand in the cup.
Yeah, Chris Rock was hilarious in that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He played some good roles in like Pookie. When he was Pookie, he was a good crackhead. Played a good.
And
crack- he played
wasn't it at the end of the scene he pulls out $100 bill
I forget.
after asking for just one rib and water poured in his hand? He pulls out 100. I think that was Isaac Hayes too that played the guy behind the counter, right?
I think so.
I think it was, yeah. That was hilarious. It's a classic. Classic.
I just thought I never saw it before. The first time was the newer version of The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler in it. I never seen that before.
Let me ask you guys this to bring it back around. What are you guys willing to protest for?
I went for the rally and march against cannabis for the free cracking cannabis from it being illegal back in fucking '99. Fucking when I was a teenager, I was out there protesting in Palm Springs streets. Fucking
Nice. And anybody else ever protest?
for Liberation Day. It was called Liberation Day. We had posters made up. I took one home.
Fucking normal
The rest of us are followers, Guerrero. We just follow what the rest do. We don't protest.
No. I'm just asking if you guys
Green
ever
Fingers
protest
is the
anything.
rebel in the bunch.
No, I don't want my face being seen at any kind of protest. I figure I'd be on a list of some sort after that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I just figure I have a wall around my property, so that's my boundary. My protest is you come in my property unannounced, you might fucking you might catch something.
So no
Well, you
trespassing.
know that there is one person.
protest.
There is one person that could go onto your land without having to ask.
Watermaster.
Watermaster.
Watermaster should probably still ring the doorbell or hit the buzzer. I would say.
No, they just fucking come in and fucking they don't give a fuck. They're seeing what you're doing with that water.
Yeah, meter readers come straight up to your meter and they come on your property and they take out meter.
Mhm.
And there's also
Are my dogs gonna know he's the
wildlife
watermaster and it's okay? My dogs
fishing
are
game could come in also without a warrant.
they have more power than most and everybody right there. Because
Yeah.
it could be for all different situations if they come check it out. All different freaking or any different reason.
They're coming to go straight to your freezer. You gave me no time to fucking do anything with that shit. Straight to your freezer. See what you got. Straight there. Boom. Let's see what you got in your freezer. So you can't be like, oh, my friend fucking he does fishing, or and he keeps all his fish over here. Nope.
Man, you put the fish and game guy in your freezer then. Even though somebody else in your freezer.
Like fucking, especially with what is it called? Fucking what is it? What are they called? Fucking the fucking oyster, not the fucking abalone. Abalone. Oh, dude, that is the most fucking thing. They go after people big time for abalone. Big time. You can only free dive for them here, and they can only be in so many feet of water.
See, I like the stuff that you don't have a limit on, like freaking scorpion fish or what are those down in Florida? You can take as many of those because they're invasive species. They're popping them off. I watch those videos all day. Just waste of fucking time. I just waste my time all day. I'm like, what the hell am I doing in this store watching nothing? No. So the pythons down there, they'll pay you money to go harvest those, or they call it harvest, to go take those out.
Dude, that'd be sick to have a show on Vice. What would I do on there?
Dude, they give you so much freedom to do so much stuff on there too. From what I've heard, everybody else that had a show on there, like they talk about, like they just let you do whatever you want. Like, they pay for everything. They just pay for everything. You just go crazy. That'd be awesome.
Freaking chilly out here still. Only 62 degrees still out here.
I can't believe fucking. How do you not?
So much.
Frank, the dome piece. I thought that was the smell that you were looking for.
Thought that was the smell that you looked at.
Huh.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Jump on, dude.
Today's the last day of the flash sale I have going on for the Super Funk menu. It is 50% off. So let's
go over there and hook it up.
Everybody,
entire Super Funk menu is half off until end of today, and people don't forget, use the GG 420 code. You can use that code on top of stuff. It's not a limited coupon code.
Yes.
I think we always forget to use any coupon codes. It's just one of those things. It's not going to happen even if you say it. It's like, okay.
Do you have an alternative code we can give instead of the GG 420? No.
How about this? How about Chris? Are you going to put some seeds on your mercantile store?
Right.
Yeah. We are.
Well, I think some stuff that's exclusive to your store. You can't get anywhere else. We could do that instead of having a code too.
That'd be fucking sick,
dude. That'd be sick. Yes. We could do that. I gave away a couple packs of your seeds to other people. Gave them to a couple of industry people. We'll see if they grow them.
I got some aloe vera seeds for you too, Guerrero. Check it out.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Some aloe vera seeds. There's a lot of them in each pod too. That's what divvy them up between the people whenever they get a pack, or you can sell them for $3 or 20 or something. Doesn't matter. You can do whatever. I'm gonna send them out to you eventually. Came from these 100-year-old plants I have. So they're not 100-year-old. They're probably like 50-year-old aloe vera that I have.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Speaking of coot, I was looking for 50-pound bags of fucking of grain and shit around Sacramento. It seems like all our
Green fingers.
grain places and shit are fucking closed. All our beer fucking making places are fucking closed now. It kind of sucks.
What the heck?
There's one by you. Of course, there's one by you.
Joel.
What the,
Yeah, we got a
why
place
is
down here. Bottle Barn has a bunch of stuff.
yeah? I know
You get
that's where it's
hops and
sitting.
barley and all that shit down there.
Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, what the fuck? There's one in Sonoma. What the fuck?
I'm glad I only have to drive to town to the beer place in town. A couple of them where they brew all the stuff.
So you're
Freaking
gonna have to
Oregon's
do
like the micro
this
beer capital right now.
Plus, they have Tractor Supply and all the other shit too that sell it on the commercial side.
You could buy a bulk amount of it and just sell it on the working sell it on the working time.
Oh, dude, something trippy happened yesterday from the Matrix. Bunch of us were hanging out yesterday and before Jimmy's show, Jimmy John's show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about rats because fucking Cheddar Bob was hunting rats right before the show, or during the show. He was hunting rats during the show or before the show. I can't remember which. And then we started talking about fucking mosquitoes and how to fucking keep them off of us and shit. And I fucking start walking back over to the house and shit. And I have one of the mosquito nets that's sitting right there on the ground right there. And there was a fucking rat caught in the mosquito net.
And it played a banjo just like that.
What the fuck, dude? Is that a fucking blip in the Matrix and shit that put those two things together? Mosquito net and fucking rat. So I went over there and stepped on his ass and shit. He fucking got out of there somehow after that and fucking waddled off and shit, hopefully to die. Because I gave him the caveman stomp on his ass. It's like, I felt how big he was. He felt big too. So big. Like this big and shit. Like this big with the tail and shit. It's like a foot long and shit. Oh.
Your dog wasn't with you?
If you pay for postage, I'll mail one to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the places that I look down because I just go on to Google and I do Google and I brew store and all the places they show it says closed for good, closed for good, closed for good. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna look at that one right there. Hold on, let me go over to my fucking show. Let's go over here. Let's go right there. Let's go right there. Go right there. All right. Where's this at? Bay Area. We're 6. We're 6 and 3. 6 and 3. 3 is. That's Moe's Barrels. Let's see.
Time for a refill. Some hot coffee.
Smoking funky Comadina.
Oh, you got some at the smoke?
I smoke some funky Comadina. Let's see.
6.
Oh yeah, nice.
So
Yep,
that's
nothing.
the OG coming out. Smells like freaking.
It's number 2.
Smells like the weirdest freaking mapley ginger beer. Freaking.
Okay,
It's hard
cool.
to explain.
That's the basement jam had this funky like cardamom ginger sour pine funk thing going on. It's hard to describe it, but it was really unique and it had a nice lingering
There it
taste.
is.
Yeah, it's really hard to describe. These things just were going through.
Yeah, and the super funks, a sweet skunky OG.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like a weird, like a model box or something. You could like call it all kinds of different things, like that weird plasticky, cardboardy, weird, great. Like it's a great smell. And then you break it open and some lemon hits you. Like, what the fuck?
Oh,
But
cool.
when you're smelling it without breaking it open, yeah, that lemon don't smack you in the face right away. Weird citrus right after. And that combination makes it like mapley. Weird. It's weird. Oh, it's strange. I'm pull some small nuts out to smoke for them. Put the giants away. Supposed to go.
You know what's weird is I had the channel on the YouTube page and everything was being doubly said. That was really weird. Really fucking weird. All right, let's see. What am I looking at? What the
Yes, I don't have to suffer the birthday song on Guerrero Grow Show. Mine's on Sunday. Thank God.
Oh, happy birthday.
I'm like,
Nope, now he's gonna play it right now. You just
Yep.
fucked up.
Right now, you just fucked up. All right, here we go. Is this the one?
Everybody sing along. This is how I expect you guys to sound out there in the audience.
everybody load a bowl or roll a coin or
Everybody
yeah.
thinks you guys sound like singing together.
Go on again, my.
Oh, it's your birthday, Grumpy? Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Oh god.
Happy birthday
This is not that other song.
to you.
This is different
Happy
song.
birthday to Grumpy. Happy
I hear you, Grumpy.
birthday
I don't know.
to you. All right. There you go.
I'm gaining age with some of the other ones out in the audience. Joel, he's a youngster still. So is Guerrero.
Yeah, I'm only 47.
Yeah, you're shit. I remember the 40s. I was 12 years old when Joel was born. I was already out getting hurt on dirt bikes and stuff and screwing them.
Let's see.
Lottie
What
Daw,
they
you're
got?
such Thanks, Ryan. Yeah. Lottie Daw, you're absolutely correct in your prior statement before your son's visit. Yeah, Western Ming Ming turning 59 this year.
God.
See, huh? Gonna have a big blowout bash next year then.
Yeah.
I know I'll do. Maybe I
Pack
could.
up a bowl of Vortex here to celebrate Grumpy's birthday.
Oh yeah.
So when are you going to show your trip to Ridgefest, Guerrero?
Oh Jesus Christ, dude. There is no trip to Ridgefest video. There is videos of the talks. So when I edit those up and I'll put them on the channel just like that one video. So I'll put those up on the channel. And there was one particular one that was fucking awesome. Mushroom guy came on there and did a really wonderful. Two mushroom guys actually. One talking about mushrooms and the other one talking about truffles.
Wow, fucking A, dude.
Yeah, and the guy that was talking about truffles was a phenomenal speaker. He was very energetic. He was probably 23, 22.
Wow.
Maybe at the most. Fucking one of those type of guys that are very into what they're doing. He kind of reminded me of that kid that's doing the making fuel out of plastic, and how that kid right there is very, very fucking into what he's doing. This kid was also, or this young man was also very into what he was doing. So yes, very, very good. Making sure I'm fucking.
So is he there with truffles he hunted down, or is he just talking about them, or?
Oh, he was just talking about him, but yeah, he's supposedly a lot of people know who he is.
Cool.
But yeah, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you all the way from the Pacific Northwest, let's get up for the Anonymous. Oh, there it is.
Oh, he's back.
There we go. You gotta turn off your YouTube and watch it through StreamYard. All right. Can you hear us, Coot? Okay. Let's see. I'm still looking up this thing. There we go. Let's see if. Oops, shit. Come on. I don't want the fucking. I didn't want that. I want this. Thank you. Call. Let me see. I'm gonna call my co-op and see if we can't hear you, dude. If you're trying to talk
Oh,
to us.
everyone, I got to take off. I'm going to grab some lunch.
Yeah. You got to
And I
turn
got
on your
some errands
mic.
to run too. So take it easy, everyone.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
forget the genetic supply site. Last day for the Super Funk Flash sale, and we have all the new promos for Junior up too. So
Hell yeah.
use
Hell
the
yes.
GG420 code for 10% more.
Boom, and he's gone. I'm gonna call this co-op place and see if they have it there.
What happened to Joel? He disappeared? He went into the black hole. He slipped away. Biosynthetic and Hooli. David Bryden, cheers to you guys. 710 Michael, cheers. Bear Gross, cheers.
Of course, they're not answering their phone.
He's all no. Well, anyway, Coots, it's good to see you today. Once you get it figured out, we'll get to talk to you.
I think he didn't accept his. Coot. Oh my god, I always forget. You have to put on your headphones. Yes, if you turn the computer off with the headphones still plugged in, you have to put on your headphones, and then the mic will come back.
It gets you one way or the other. It's like
no. It's a fucking bug with
right.
Apple and the fucking headphones and fucking on here and shit. So yeah, I just realized that. It just dawned on me that we have the same problem.
You're like, I knew that.
Watch, and then you'll be able to click onto the mic thing. Now turn on your mics. Now all you gotta do is unmute your mic. There you go. Still not be able to hear you. All right, what you do is you there you go. Fucking beautiful.
I better smoke a lot more. I'm gonna need it this morning.
I'm smoking dome piece right now, and it's giving me a dome piece. Oh yeah. All right. Let me go fucking
That other
start
coffee I
this shit.
very crumble. I was like, ooh. The one they advertised, remember the one like they rifle or one of them ones, the black something or another. Says blueberry scented coffee. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn. I was like, stoner coffee. Holy crap.
See Willie Nelson's liquor that's infused with cannabis.
Oh, I've had coffee like that, and I've had wine. I've had beer.
Yeah, it's Willie Nelson's like liquor that he just came out with. He has it's a infused liquor or something, or liqueur maybe.
Gin and juice or something.
I can't find my other phone. I've been looking for it this whole time. I set it down somewhere and I don't know what I did with it. So I'll find it. It's in my house somewhere. I don't know. I've been looking for like the past 10 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? I had it. I made a message and I set it down.
Yo, where the fuck is it, bro?
Yeah, I might have seen something on top of it. So
Your
I'll
mom
open
came
the food and it fall out.
this weekend. Green Fingers, you had a visit by your mom?
What?
Your mom came and hung out with you this weekend or what? This last weekend?
Yeah, yesterday.
Nice, dude. That's fucking way dope.
That's the only time I make a post on my Instagram is she came over.
She's such an awesome mom.
I use her phone for the Instagram post. I don't have it.
Yeah, right there, dude. What is it? Blackout Coffee Company. Look at that. Look at that. Blackout Coffee Company has blueberry crumble coffee. I'm like, oh shit, dude.
Nice.
I like the Black Rifle because it supports veterans.
Yeah, how much does it support veterans?
I'm not sure, Chris. I don't work directly with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And how
So
much does it have to support veterans?
from what I understand, the Black Rifle coffee.
Like if it supplied, let's say, would it be enough if it where's Black Rifle Company come from? Hey Siri,
Not
where
sure.
is Black Rifle Company based out of?
Right.
I believe they were started by veterans, and again, they do support veteran and veteran
So Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City,
rehabs
Utah.
and stuff like that.
All right. So if they supported a men's group, or no, not a men's group, a group for soldiers, and they supplied their coffee to their meeting, would that be enough for you to like them? Would that be enough? Like whenever they need a coffee, they're doing anything. They got like 10 pounds a week of coffee for meetings and shit. You know what I mean? Would that be enough?
What are you getting at, Guerrero?
I'm just asking.
What is the point of this line of questioning?
I'm asking you.
Right.
If you're gonna buy coffee, you buy Black Rifle instead of buying Folgers, and at least you're helping some veterans.
Oh, I
Come
don't
on,
buy
man.
Folgers. I buy independent fucking
Yeah, you look like a Maxwell House
local
kind of guy.
independent local fucking roasters I
Oh
support.
yeah, I forgot you were a barista in a former life. I forgot about that.
And Black Rifle's owned by a veteran of 20 years of an army veteran. So
See,
supporting the veterans right there just by buying it right there.
Yeah,
There you
Guerrero.
go.
now you know why I buy that coffee.
15 years in special forces.
Nice.
That
And
guy
he's
was
back.
badass. Well, that guy's a badass.
Can we hear you now?
Blackness is like, I'm back.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, for whatever reason. Well, I have it on I access you through my desktop, which, why is that doing that? Why
Technology
is
is
it delayed?
is it, Clackamas?
You're on YouTube.
I'll be
Come
right.
over to
I'll be
come
right
on
back.
StreamYard.
Jesus Christ. YouTube?
Yeah, you're on YouTube right now. You're probably looking at YouTube.
No, it's got the duck face. Isn't that?
Oh yeah. Then yeah, it should. Then you should be on there. Then can you see me? Am I waving right now? I'm waving right now.
Yeah,
Okay, then we're not delayed. Then
I'm delayed.
you're not delayed.
You, you were? Yeah, we are.
Nope. Can how long are you delayed?
Fuck this.
There's usually a five
Jesus.
second delay between live and viewed. There's usually a five
Really?
second lag, yeah, for the up to the satellite back down type of thing.
If you're watching from YouTube, it is. But if you're usually
Right. If you're straight
right
through
here,
StreamYard, it should be instant or like a second or two delay, not much.
not a second, more like fucking half a second or a quarter of a second, just enough to where it's annoying. To where when you start talking, somebody's already talking.
Yeah, I know. That happens all the time to me, Guerrero. All the time.
No, you just use your speaker and you can't hear. So you ignore us when we're asking you questions in the middle of what your speech,
Yeah, I like to do that.
because we can't understand. It's more of a not a conversation when you talk. It's more of a speech.
All I need is a soapbox, Guerrero. All I need is a soapbox. That's all you got to give me. Ugh.
Oh, fucking Coot's not technically challenged. He's uh not technically challenged at all. He's
Technologically
pretty.
challenged.
Yeah, no, he is not one of the. He's not one of the boomers that. He's one of the boomers who stayed fucking with it. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the boomers because he was there the whole time with the invention. It was the boomers who invented the computers and shit, or when it took it that far. So he's been there the whole time and updating his shit.
How about that?
He's got way better shit than I do. Way better computer than I do. He's already got the M4 chip. I don't have an M4. I have like M1. I have the
Can you hear me?
M1 chip. Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, so now is the sound coming out of my mouth in sync with my lips? Because you were perfect.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
you
don't.
were perfect on my end. You were
Oh,
perfect.
okay. All right. Let me
So
just say something real quick about beer. Okay, beer was the second food made by the human race. I promise you, there isn't a country on this planet that doesn't make its own beer. You can find beer supplies in a place like Sacramento. I mean, I don't know how you're. Just do a search for home brew stores homebrew suppliers. I mean, this isn't secret. Beer's only made with three ingredients: barley, water, and hops. I mean, it's not like, you know, tariffs or I don't know, some crazy, something like that. Follow? It's as basic as it gets. Malted grain, hops, and water. Period. Been there, done that. Hell, I'll send you some. Jesus.
Excuse me.
Next time I go by the co-op, I'm gonna see if they have it there.
I don't understand the word co-op. There should be
Oh,
a
it's a
retailer that's how many. Let me ask you a question. Do you have microbrews in Sacramento?
yeah. That's why
Okay, wait a
I'm
minute. Wait a minute.
dumbfounded.
But wait a minute. Are there like a shitload of them, like there is in every other city in the United States?
Oh yeah,
Well, they got to buy it from somebody.
I agree.
Try Brewery Supply. Try Brewery Supply because it sounds like you're getting on a retail search.
Brewery Supply.
Right. This isn't a trick question, honest.
Yeah, this is. Yeah. So,
Hey, if you want to do it yourself, you don't have to use barley. You can use any grain as long as you're going to get better results with barley because it has a higher
yes.
enzyme ingredients. But I mean, I did beans, pinto beans. You soak them, you drain them, and you just let them sprout. You don't want to grow in a tail. All you want them to do is open up and shoot out a taproot, right? And then you
Yes.
put it in an oven at 115 to 117 Fahrenheit. And then you cook them. You don't cook them. You're drying them out. You're arresting the development of the taproot because that isn't your goal here. Okay. And then so
Yes.
you dry it, and then when you're ready to use it, you put it in a coffee grinder and grind it. I mean, I've done every bean you can, and then some on the planet, and besides every grain, even chia seeds. I've done barley. I've done rye, like at least 8 kinds of red grains, einkorn, emmer.
Let me ask you a
So it
question
doesn't
on this.
it doesn't matter.
When, because I'm a cheap bastard,
Yeah,
uh, could I use my existing coffee grinder to grind
sure.
it and then go back to grinding coffee right after?
I wouldn't, but you know.
See, okay, thank you. I just wanted to know.
No, no,
Okay.
seriously, I wouldn't. So
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
No, Chris, you buy
Thank you.
one
So get it.
specifically for that purpose.
I'll
hey,
get a. Can I?
Only
Can I
you
use
buy it
a?
$20,
for
Guerrero.
Can I
get
use
the
one?
cheap.
Oh, that's
No,
not a good fucking.
they're $10 at Walmart.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't need the expensive barista style,
No.
Guerrero.
No, not at
You with the
all. You
fancy
just all
pants. You
you're
used to
trying to
be a
do is
barista,
pulverize
Coop. He
it.
was a barista in a former
Okay.
life. You can't help it.
Yeah,
You put the
I
Okay,
have to
caramel
have good
swirl on
coffee. I have to
everything.
have good coffee. I have to have good
Yeah.
coffee. I don't fuck around with fucking bullshit coffee. Has to be fair trade, fucking
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
local, as in
right.
local roasted,
See,
not
I
there's
local
understand. Yeah,
because I don't fuck
Listen,
around.
have you ever been to Portland?
Yeah. Have you
You
ever been
Oh
to
couldn't
yeah,
swing
Portland,
I've
it.
been
Jeremy?
there.
You couldn't swing
Yeah.
a dead cat without hitting a coffee shop.
Oh yeah.
They're on every fucking corner. I mean,
Oh yeah.
and coffee supply. Are you familiar with Encore coffee grinders?
I think I
E
am. If it's the
E N
main
C
one,
O R
yes.
E.
If it's the good one that they have there, then yeah, over at the coffee place, yes,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I
familiar
have.
with it.
Right. I used to have
So
a
if it's a
roaster,
professional one, yes, I am for.
but this
I've worked
doesn't.
on many coffee grinders.
Listen, we're talking about grinding grains to put into soil.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't have to be. I don't know how else to explain it, man. This is so friggin' basic. It's like whatever. I mean, you just go buy
Can
some barley. It's you're going to get
can I use
25
the
kilos.
can I use a immersion blender and a bucket?
You're really overthinking this, honest. You're just going to
Yeah.
make a fucking mess out of it. Okay.
Fucking grind the fuck out of that shit.
Do you have a worm bin?
No, I don't have worm bin.
Oh, okay. Well, you could
Yeah, I
sprinkle it
need.
in there, So I don't know.
Yeah, I need to get a worm bin, but it gets to 100. I don't have a garage. I
Oh
don't
well,
have,
yeah, you're fucked.
and it gets to 120 degrees here. You see 115.
Yo, I know. I'm from California. I got it.
Yeah,
I don't go.
so
I didn't want to live anywhere north of Ventura. You can have the rest of the state. It's hot, humid, too much agriculture. At night, the
I would love a
insects.
worm bin. Um, I would love a worm bin. One day I'll have a garage. That's my dream. To have a big enough property that I can have a garage
Well, wait a
and
second.
a house.
Do you have room right now? Forget covering it. Do you have a room right now for a worm bin outdoors?
I have worm bin room. I have a perfect
Okay.
spot for it.
Okay.
But
All right.
the thing is that
Do you have one under? You have room under a tree?
that's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm
Then
thinking right there would
okay.
be perfect.
Then do it. You only need
I
50
just
gallon. You only need a 50-gallon smart pot. That's only
yeah, that's
what? That's 7 bags of soil. Basically, for this discussion, very limited discussion, a cubic foot is 7.5 gallons. So 7 times 7 is 49. Anyway, you get the idea. So they're not that big, and you don't have to use you don't have to use a smart pot brand because it may be more expensive. In an
can I
agriculture area like you live in, you must have some
can,
huge ass. Don't go to grocery stores. Go to a legitimate uh, nursery supply house. That's where you want to buy stuff. You never want to go on there's nothing in a grocery store that you want to pay for.
um,
Nothing. Nada.
let me ask you this.
Ever.
What do you think about this? So in the area of where I am from,
Right.
the soil were was it could be good, it could not be, but
Yeah.
so
That's why we
underneath my
make our
fig
own.
tree, yeah, so underneath my fig
Yeah.
tree,
Yeah.
I have the hole underneath because I let the fruit drop, I let
Yeah.
everything rot and go in and feed their soil.
Yeah.
So all underneath my fig tree is a shit ton of worm castings. They're all dry right now, sitting on top of the soil. They look like little pellets and shit
Right.
all
That is
across the
it.
top of my
Right.
soil.
There you go.
Could I use that shit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, yes. I mean, it's a lot better than what any crap they got in the grocery store.
Yeah. Because here,
Well,
let me get a little scoop of it. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All you gotta do is just put my hand through the ground right here, and I'll show you.
Okay. All right. Just do this. Get enough to put between your thumb and your forefinger. That's all you need. I'll show you how to check worm castings.
All right. All right, here it is. And this
Okay,
is
what I want.
roughly the size. This is
Okay,
roughly the size. All the dropping. Let me get it out of the way. So
well,
what
they're
do
not
you want
that
me to do with it?
worms aren't that big. Anyway, I want you to press it as tightly as you can between your finger and your fore. Okay. What? Tell me what you're feeling.
It's rock hard.
Okay. Well, all right. Let it do this. Put a couple drops of water on it, and in a couple hours, I want you to press it.
All
And
right.
you want
Let me
it.
get some
You want
water.
it to be pliable but not sticky.
All right.
You can do this. You can do this. And
All right. I got it. So it's now moist.
and what do you get when you press it?
Oh, you want me to press it now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You see how that here it was dry as hell, right? I'm using your words. I'm not trying to tell you
Yeah.
what you're seeing.
Rock
Okay. And
hard.
you yeah, right. And then you barely put some water on it, and now you see how it's pliable, but it's not sticky.
Yeah.
That's a sign of a casting.
Oh, nice. So I can use all that on my garden?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was always afraid of it because of the whole. Yeah, it's in there. I was always afraid of because fig trees have some certain type of acidic thing to it.
Listen,
The mechanism.
can I tell you something?
Yes.
If you're gonna stick with grocery store science, you're fucked.
No, no, no. I'm not. No,
No,
I'm.
no, 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 no. Here's how the game works.
All right.
Joe has a product he wants to sell. Okay. And he's going to tell you every stupid fucking thing you can come up with why you don't want to use what you've been using, what farmers around the world use. You need to buy this because you want to preclude that. Got it?
Got it.
That's it.
Yes. Yes.
That's why. That's why they have pictures of me in grocery stores that says, "Do not engage this asshole."
Do not talk to him. Holy shit. I didn't know. Oh, so let me ask you this. So I went over to the thing there, Dan. I got some what is it called? Bokashi.
Yeah.
Um
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah,
You got to remember now. There isn't just bokashi. You got grokashi. You got brokashi. You got. Let's see what else we got here. Okay.
yeah, no, this is
Yeah, I know all
uh
about bokashi.
okay,
And
so
just like I was talking with what's his name, the fellow from Connecticut.
uh
Jay
We
for
were
life.
talking about fermenting the other
Yeah,
day.
Jay for life.
oh,
Fermenting.
J for life. Yeah, J for life.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got this bokashi from. He sent it to me.
Right. Right. You can use any lactobacillus lactic acid bacteria, right? So you don't have to use EM1. That was
EM1.
the, the company behind EM1 is a MLM International.
Yeah,
It's a scam. I don't know what to, I can't stress that enough. It's a complete scam.
yeah.
You use chat, don't you? Chat GPT?
What
You
yes.
use chat. Okay, do this. Open up chat sometime and say, what are the active microbes in EM1? And when you read it, you're going to say, I've been getting excited about this. It's got 8 labs.
What
Kiefer, wait a minute. Kiefer
are
has 36.
what was the question again? What are
Crazy.
the
What
That's
are
wild.
the species of microbes in EM1? That's
what are
simple.
the
That is wild.
Did you find it?
hold on?
I'll do it. I mean, I'll post it. It's not.
What are the
It's enough.
species in micro?
EM1.
Sorry, I'm slow. I'm a slow speller and bad speller.
Well, use your voice. You can use a microphone. You don't have to type it.
Let's
Should
go.
be a microphone down in the search bar on Chat GPT.
All right, so it is lactis bacillus, lactate acid bacteria lab. You got photosynthetic bacteria yeast.
Right. Yeah. PNSB. A photo. Purple non-sulfur bacteria. I believe me. I know the whole EM story inside and out. Okay.
That's awesome.
I hooked onto that deal about 15 years ago until I was too hysterical to continue.
Man,
Yeah,
I was gonna waste my
that's
money on
the
some other.
hey
Crazy.
dude, that is the fucked up thing about growing is that there's so much information. Like once you, it's like I always say, it's like a tree. Fucking, you could go onto this branch, and then the fucking branch branches off to 1,000 other branches of knowledge that you could fucking go follow down. There's endless knowledge out there on growing that
Uh,
you'll never know
I would
everything.
inject the word misinformation out there.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
lot of misinformation also. That's why I'm
The majority is misinformation because it doesn't make sense. Think about it. The human race has been growing plants when they moved from, as a species, we moved from being food gatherers, right, to food producers. And I swear to God, if they'd have done 10% of the stupid shit as advertised by grocery stores, the human race would have died off within a year.
yes.
This isn't complicated. It's all about, see, they want to make it about chemistry, and it isn't. It's about biology. Biology is what grows
All
plants,
about
not
the
chemistry.
biology.
Right. And that's what EM, look, does EM work? Yeah. But do you need to pay that much money? Fuck no.
Yeah. Thank you for saving me money right now because I was gonna buy some of that. So
Okay, here's another option for you. I think I was telling Jack. It's misnamed, but I'm not going to get into that. So you have milk kefir, which came from the Ural Mountains in Central Asia, and there's too many stories, so I don't want to get into that dialogue. There's a plant in Mexico called tabicos, and they extract a juice out of that is loaded with lactic acid bacteria cultures. It doesn't have the number, and the milk kefir and the water kefir are not related. They just, it's a marketing term they use in the water kefir. My point is that you don't have to buy milk to make it. You make it with water and a carbohydrate, sugar. It doesn't matter. Pick one because they're gonna excuse me. Yeah, the labs are gonna digest the sugar, so that part doesn't matter. That one's going to give you about 18 labs. So that's double what EM1 is doing, right? And the thing is that you buy it one time, it's going to cost you about $12, $15 for the culture. That culture will live in perpetuity. And if it dries out, No big deal. You put it in water, rehydrate it, give it some carbs, sugar is the of some kind, and there you go. So now you can use that to make bokashi. All bokashi is grains that have been coated in. I'll tell you about my bokashi experiment several years ago. So everybody online over at IC Mag, you're just a complete asshole and a neophyte if you weren't into bokashi, right? And EM1, it's just blah blah blah. It's right up there
Don't sugarcoat it, Coot. Tell them like it is.
with compost teas. I mean, it was just hilarious. So I went to the farm supply where I buy all my stuff, and they carry feed for animal feed. So I got animal grade, and I bought 400 pounds of different grains. So 8 full bags. Right. I'm going to make me some fucking bokashi, and I did. Well, for reasons that you could give a shit less about, I let it ferment far longer than was recommended. So it was so friggin' acidic, and it was unusable. I had to pay a pig farmer to take it off my hands to feed to his pigs, and I had to deliver it. Okay. I never touched bokashi again. If I want lactic acid in my soil, I'll just put some goddamn kefir in there with some water and water it in. All this bullshit about soaking the grains and doing this and doing that. I mean, it sounds really groovy, doesn't it? We're just moving and grooving to a moon age child here. Hey, my plants are fucked up. Oh, I don't know why that is. Wish I'd have known you then, man. I'd have. You could have had all the bokashi you wanted. You want to come to up to Portland? Bring a go get a U-Haul. You could have had all the bokashi you need for the rest of your
Dude,
natural
this shit
life.
stinks, dude. And I think a rodent got to it.
Got to what?
The Bokashi.
Oh, no, that wouldn't surprise me. They like malted grains just like humans.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this.
Yeah. You think that's a rat hole to me?
I wouldn't touch it.
It stinks
You
like
had a
motherfucker, dude.
It stinks.
yeah.
Why does it stink?
Bokashi shouldn't have any smell. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a slight like a brewery, from the malted grain. So, hey, I got one for you. Were you around about 10 years ago when every swinging wannabe grower had to get mighty microbes,
Yeah.
$750 a gallon? Okay.
I know
Yeah.
So
That.
my
The
cousin was buying some root
mammoth
stripper
feet.
shit that was that much. That was like for a
God
container
knows,
like
God
700
knows
bucks.
what was in that, but anyway. Uh Mighty
It
microbes.
smelled like wine.
Yeah, I never bought it, but because I always check stuff out. I don't buy it and see if it works. So I went to the USDA and asked for the MSDS, and I got it. You know what was in it? Alfalfa extract. Alfalfa extract, which is available online.
You
Huh.
could do
You,
it
you get
yourself.
some water, and you put in the measured amount, and you got, well, we can't use mighty microbes. We'll have to use another name. Really cool microbes. How's that? Or fearless microbes, or not fully engaged I don't know. I mean, are you shitting me? Fucking alfalfa extract, a standard agricultural research material. It's for the what is it? Why? Oh, a tria. I know it as tria. That's the industry name. Triaconitol. Is that? Do I have that one right? It's for making plants grow laterally and to um, reduce vertical growth. So if you're doing cannabis, the wider the plant, the more buds you're going to get. That's the theory. I'm not. I don't want to get into a discussion on that one, but anyway, it was yeah. That's what was in it for $750 a gallon. But it was from Colorado, so they got that Rocky Mountain water stuff. So it was probably that was playing into it. Stick a hose in a bucket and fill it up.
How do you spell that name? Entria?
Oh, here I'll look it up for you because I'll fuck it up. Hold on a minute. TRIA. Use that and put it in all caps because it's an acronym. Okay.
Oh, TIRA.
Yes, TRIA, and then
Okay.
put it in capital letters, and then type in the word define.
Yeah.
Did you find it?
I got a terror. Did you say TRIA?
Yes,
Okay,
that's what
I
it's
got a
called
terror.
in the. Oh, here it is. Oh, I had it. I just had it here. Hold on a minute. Okay. All right, here it is.
Yeah, I'm not getting
Yeah.
that one.
All right, wait a second. Okay,
I got
start
the
over. I'm
terrorism.
going to start over. I'll give it to you right now. Okay, you need to put in a one, the numeral one, and then a hyphen. Okay,
All right, hold on.
a one and a hyphen, and then type in TRIA
Okay, one.
CON
What'd you say? COA.
TANOL.
What'd you
Okay,
say?
TRIACON Triacontanol.
T. You said TONNOL.
TANOL. It's a fatty alcohol that they extract
Yeah,
from.
fatty alcohol chemical. Okay,
There it
got it.
is, and I think it's like
Belongs.
$500 a kilo.
Yeah, belongs in a class or a compound called fatty alcohols.
Right.
Essentially, are a long chain hydrocarbon with a hydroxyl group
Okay,
attached
here's
to
where
the.
you can. How do I post something here on this forum? This is really frustrating.
It says share.
Joined. Nice as I got to connect back to.
Present.
Oh Christ! Hold on. Mm. All right, I don't want to spell shit here. Okay, here's that. Write this down because I'm gonna blow through this. It's phyto, like plant, the Greek word for plants, PHYTO. Okay. and then tech, phytotechlab.com. There isn't a compound used in the world of agriculture that they don't sell. This is the one that the companies that have products in grocery stores buy their materials from. Did you find it? Anyway, that's how you make your own stuff. So
Yeah, yeah, I found it.
there you go.
PHYTOT techlab.com.
Right. You
Yep.
see it? The green, is it
Yeah.
green? Oh, okay. Anyway, there isn't a single ingredient that you'll find in a grocery store that the active agent is you won't find it here. This is what researchers and labs that do legitimate agriculture research, this is where they get their stuff. I mean, hell, they got scissors in here, surgical, that run you $350.
Frank, I need energy. Sorry. And I think peanuts are fine. I need energy.
Chris, are your peanut salt?
Yes.
That's not so healthy. You're going to retain water, Guerrero.
I like water. It's the spice of life. Yes. Second oldest, the first oldest drink, water. Oh, actually, I think tea's the first oldest drink.
No, I'm pretty
We
sure
didn't.
going down to the stream or lake and going like this and drinking that
Yeah,
was
that's
that.
a
I'm
tea.
pretty sure that was the first drink.
That's not pure water. That's tea. Filtered water, like it's just pure with nothing in it. That's water. But when you get it out of Mother Nature, that's a fucking tea.
You get used to it, Coot. He says things like this. Just let it go. Just let it go.
It's what happens when you get stoned and you start fucking thinking about shit. Deep thoughts.
For the record, folks, it's not a tea. It's called live water. It's alive. It's got microbes in it. It's got all the good aquatic organisms that you want on your plants and in your body. So,
Yep. Or it's supposed to be.
right, or supposed to be, as opposed to distilled water, RO water, horrible,
Yeah.
horrible, stripped of
Yeah.
all minerals. It's literally hydrogen and oxygen. Simply
Yep.
not good for your plants. It's going to strip out the minerals and nutrients in your plant because it has none. So it's going to draw out rather than add, which is the opposite of what we're trying to do.
Coot, let me ask you a question. What do you think about growing autos?
So I have no use for it. Zero. It's garbage. I mean,
What?
it's
Tell us
ditchweed.
why.
Yeah,
No,
the yeah, the ruderalis component. Okay, have you ever had a AKC dog? Did you actually? I mean, like you spent some time in researching. You said, okay, I want to have a blah 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 dog, and go buy a puppy from a breeder. That's a question.
repeat the question. I'm sorry, my wife called right when you asked the question.
Oh no, I just say, have you ever purchased a registered dog or AKC, legitimate
Never,
dog?
never,
Okay, well,
never in
what
my.
are you into? What animals have you ever owned that you really pursued and went and bought the best you could find? That's try that one.
Yeah,
A
I haven't
reptile,
bought.
I don't know, bird.
I've always adopted dogs and stuff. So
Yeah.
um,
No, well, never
I
mind.
wish.
Hey, here's the
I
point.
wish.
Why would you take a good plant that somebody brought in from Asia or wherever your hot spot is, and then just turn it into a pile of shit? What's the purpose?
I completely agree with you on that. I completely agree with you on that. If I
I can
was
see the
going, I
purpose
want the real thing.
in extreme northern or really down by the South Pole environments where you don't get the light period. But other than that, yeah, what is the advantage?
You're
Yeah,
not really
it's
smoking the
It's got a
one.
very small demographic to those northern and extreme southern
yeah,
you know areas. Other than that, what's the advantage?
mm,
You just watered it down with ruderalis, like you said.
yeah,
Took something good and added something weak to it just to get that auto flowering 3-month finish. Again,
yeah,
only applicable in extreme northern southern climates. Very
right.
limited use.
Yeah, I would say this: that if there weren't the legal barriers and cannabis was grown where it should, climate-wise, should be grown, and it could be shipped and sold anywhere you want. See what I mean? As long as the illegality is what brings all this kind of shit to the surface. I mean, crap like pre-rolls and auto flower. I mean, auto flowers and pre-rolls. There's a marriage. Why
Mm,
bother? Just drink heavily. Go get some tequila and do shooters. Fuck.
yeah.
And I remember when that started. In the late '80s. Oh yeah, the auto flowers, and
They were
yeah,
really crap back then too, Coot.
oh, yeah,
They were like 80%, 75% ruderalis. Horrible shit.
yep, it's
At
garbage.
least now they've kind of brought down the percentage of ruderalis while
Here's the one.
maintaining the photo period.
And here's the one that cracks me up. Every time I've ever read or watched a video or whatever, and somebody's talking about autoflowers, this phrase is always used. Well, these are a lot better than you might think. Oh, okay. So it's already established that the autoflower is shit, but somehow you got the magic one. Okay.
I got the good
Yeah, all
shit.
right.
I got the good shit, Coop.
Yeah, I got it. I got the really good stash. Oh, okay. That's why I quit growing commercially at least 25 years ago. Just silliness. I've met farm operation owners and managers that have never, ever, ever, forget cannabis, have never grown a plant, period. and you can't talk to them. Well, I heard. Well, somebody told me, and fuck.
That's why I like being open minded about shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not.
Like,
I'll tell you right now, I'm not open minded at all.
no, I
Half
like
the half the
to hear
people,
what people have to say.
and I don't. 'Cause
I
my
know.
first question is, no, my first question is, so how far did you get in school?
Yes, I would have to say yes. Exactly.
Yeah. And listen, before some of you guys were born, I was doing business with George Cervantes, and it was not a pleasant experience at his grocery store here in Portland. Scam City. They're all scammers.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe before you were born, but there was a bust nationwide. One day, at every grocery store in America was hit at the exact same time.
Yes, I heard about that.
Operation Green Merchant.
Operation Green
DEA,
Merchant.
yeah. DEA was the one that put it together, and they got the locals involved, local police or not police, but you know, county sheriffs, state marshal, the whole nine yards. And yeah, 3,000 people got prosecuted because when they went into the grocery stores, they gave up their shipping records and payment, who paid for it, and who they shipped it to. How cool is that? So why would I ever go back and want to do business?
He was making a statement. He wasn't literally asking me how far I got in school
No,
because
I wasn't
I
asking
haven't.
you. I
I
wasn't
haven't.
asking you. No, I'm saying the
Yeah, yeah,
person.
yeah, yeah,
When I get it,
yeah.
when I hear an idiot actually get on several grow channels, okay, and talk about something as
Yes,
stupid as microbial collapse, I'm not sure the
yes,
guy ever finished the eighth grade.
yes.
And if he did, I want to know, was it an accredited school?
So explain to me what. I mean,
It doesn't exist. It's a made up term. That's the classic
what is? Yeah,
cannabis.
what? Yeah, I wasn't there. I didn't hear the argument of the microbial collapse.
Oh, it's simple.
What
Yeah.
would a microbial collapse consist of? Of a
Oh, I don't
nuclear
know.
explosion?
Yeah, like your plants are going to die because there's too many microbes.
Oh! There's too many microbes, and
Yeah,
your plants are
yeah.
gonna die. How? Wait. Um, would our soil be moving around?
I,
I mean, like how big are the like? Would it start shifting around? I mean, like how like what does this microbial collapse soil would look like? Like you try to
well,
plant something into it and it'd move out of the way every time you try
this
to
guy
stick.
never has never grown, but he's an expert because he took a shake and bake class of 72 hours. Excuse me, 3 days, not 72 hours. Three 1 day sessions with Elaine Ingham, and now he's a soil microbiologist. Sure,
Oh,
I think he
poison.
paid like $9,000 for 3 days of riding around with her in a car
Yeah,
talking about soil.
I think that's I think that's really stupid. That's what I was talking about. Self-proclaimed people like with chirps and everything, or like fucking like, should we be trusting these people
No.
to be the one
Well,
that that is?
First of all, ask them what's the difference between a terpene and a terpenoid.
Yeah,
and watch them just sit there. And
like I just did, because I know I've heard this
it's
before,
simple.
but
Okay, they're all hydrocarbons. So
yes.
carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. One
Hmm.
has an oxygen atom in the molecule, and the other one doesn't.
Okay.
Now, the main question is, why does a plant produce terpenes and terpenoids? To make Joe happy when he smokes it?
No, it's to attract and detract animals or whatever.
Well, it can be a lot of things. It does everything. It
Yeah.
attracts pollinators. It
Yeah.
repels insects that eat
Insects.
leaves. It Other terpenes and terpenoids are effective against pathogenic
Hmm.
fungi like powdery mildew.
Mm.
Okay.
That's why some don't. A lot of I've noticed limonene and
Yeah,
pinene
that's
are some of
yeah.
the ones that
Okay.
don't get
Well,
powdery
okay.
mold as much.
Well, here's what. Okay, here. Some conifers, not all, some conifers produce both forms of pinene, alpha and beta, alpha pinene and
Yes.
beta pinene. Okay.
And what's the
Almost
difference
every,
between those?
well, they're just different. I'll tell you when I tell you in a second. So when a
Okay.
boring insect, like a boring insect, bores into the bark of the living tree,
Hmm.
the tree moves both together because they can recombine. Terpenes and terpenoids are created on an as-need basis by plants and trees. I don't know what what to tell you. So when you move those together and combine them, you have turpentine,
Mm.
and those are effective against insects as a pesticide. It can also be effective against. You got to remember when you use a phrase like what do you call it? Uh, Terpenes and terpenoids. We're talking, or excuse me, powdery mildew. There's 38, 37, 89 forms of powdery mildew around the world. So,
Yeah. Well, I knew there were more than one because the kind that the zucchini has on it is not the one that infects the cannabis plant. So I knew that. So
and I'll tell
yeah.
you that family of plants, your squashes,
Yeah.
everything with those big leaves
Yes.
are nothing more than PM magnets.
Let me ask you a question on that. So, what's the proper way to water it? Should I just water it underneath to where the leaves don't get touched, or is it just fucking just dew is gonna do it on the
They do
screw?
there is powdery mildews in every atmosphere on the planet. It
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah,
morph.
yeah, yeah,
This isn't you can't look at it like, okay, I need penicillin to kill VD.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
You're
it's more of but the easiest one that you can buy is go over to Costco and get a 15-pound bag of baking soda, just like the one you cook with. It's sodium bicarbonate, and you mix it 2 tablespoons to a gallon of water, and that will wipe out the majority of strains of PM that's going to affect your garden plants, and that would include cannabis. Are there better? Yeah. Uh, the lactic acid from the kefir whey, water or milk kefir, that's the most effective is lactic acid. Just wipes it out. In fact, if you sprayed it in the morning before lunch, you would have wiped out about PM on your plants. That's how effective it acts. But you got to follow up. What the
yeah.
stoners want is a one-time deal. Well, I sprayed and it came back.
No,
Yeah.
no. You have to continue to keep spraying
Yeah. I
until a
mean,
bud starts
and
setting in.
Right.
see why I don't. See why I don't work with commercial growers that have never grown anything?
Yeah.
Well, I got it from the guy, that's the famous lead in. And he grows really good stuff. Well, you don't smoke either, so how would you know?
Right.
That's another thing. I don't trust anybody in this business that doesn't smoke. I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
No, they got an agenda. They're trying to say something. This isn't
Absolutely.
Yeah.
complicated. This isn't complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
These
That's
are
what I'm
these are
saying. It's a
money.
little
These
weird.
are money pits. Because
It's a little
every
weird.
whacked out stoner wants to just. I got my pesticide here, and here's my antifungal, but it came back. Yeah, sit tight. Try doing plants the size I grow. You think we go out there one time and spray for
No,
powdery mildew?
every 2 weeks.
No, twice a week,
What, twice a week? Oh shit.
easy.
Yes.
Holy shit, dude.
It's a lot of work.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that you guys were getting it that bad up there.
No, it's
Holy
that's
crap.
just the way it works.
It's called maintenance.
Oh, I know I don't deal with a lot of powdery mildew over here because the conditions aren't right for it. So
There's no.
I don't
Wait a
have to.
minute. Let me try this again. There's 3,800 species of powdery mildew around the world.
Yes.
It's on every continent, every
And it's
environment.
everywhere.
Right. So there is no such thing as I don't have the right conditions.
For it to bloom, to be like.
You better
Well,
what
quit
I'm
like
trying to say.
you're one lucky individual because the most studied challenge to agriculture around the world is powdery mildew. Without
right.
a
Yeah.
doubt. I mean,
Hey. Hey. I don't want to have the listen. I don't want to jinx myself and have to deal with powdery mildew. But that one of the things that hasn't been my issue, whether it be there to be
I
a
can't answer that. I
visual,
mean,
a visual problem. I haven't
it's
seen it.
not. No, it's not visual. It
Take
pulls
right
the.
there.
It destroys the ability of the plant to photosynthesize, and
Yes.
that's like taking your. Well, we just removed his heart. He should be okay. We got rid of
Yeah,
that.
because what it would my understanding what it would do is it would cover the top of the solar panels and start using the
What would?
energy
What would?
the
Mm.
powdery mildew.
He's going to cover solar panels.
No, the leaves. So to stop it from to take up
It's not.
or
It's not getting its photosynthesis through the leaves because
yeah
of the powder.
through
Like,
leaves powdery mildew. Yeah, photosynthesis
I
because
knew
of
that.
powdery mildew. Correct. I'm asking you why it's
It's
taken
just
away its inability.
the
It's
root.
because of the powdery mildew
When you
taking
see
its.
it, leaves, that's all its offspring already. The parents are already there.
Right. And yes, there are some forms of PM that are not visual to the human eye.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. These quick answers from Joe at the and really nice guy too, man. He cut me a deal. He gave me 10% off. They're
Right.
just dysfunctional. I'll tell you what I use and have for 20 something years, 25 years.
What?
It's from India. So, because it's been used for 5,000 years, but we
What do
can't
they
be
know?
having that. Yeah.
What do they know? Hey, Coop, can that lactic acid can that be applied as a preventative throughout the growth,
Absolutely.
or more of a
Absolutely.
reactive once you have an issue?
No, prevention is. I used to have this as. Were you ever around when they had forums before social media? Like IC Mag or Grass City or one of those. Well, a
Right.
lot of people, and myself included, we had taglines. We'd put something funny on the bottom. But I had one for years that said, "Is prevention's easier than eradication."
Right.
You know. And so, to answer your question directly, Big John, if it if I were growing commercially again, and that will never happen, I would spray lactic acid on my plants at a minimum of twice a week,
Yep.
and do it at night because you don't want the sunlight deconstructing the molecules in the material. So that's why anytime there's another thing, if you're going to use a spray for eradication or IPM, you always want to do it at the earliest in the morning before the full. You don't want to go out there in the middle of the day and spray plants, or
Right.
you do it at night, as late as you can still see, at dusk. And that way, your plant is going to have that effective benefit for 10 to 12 hours before the sun comes back up,
Right.
because the plant is focused on photosynthesis. That's how the plant feeds itself, is through photosynthesis. And as Grumpy's going to find out when he gets this book that he ordered, Eating the Sun, that
Right.
explains it in minutia. Without photosynthesis, the world would come to an end. It would be over, period.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, without photosynthesis and without the bees, we're doomed.
Right. Have you guys ever used any insect for IPM, like green lacewing?
Yeah,
Uh,
there's what the heck is it? There's a place here in Southern Oregon that,
yes, I know. Yes,
yeah,
that's the most effective that I've ever used, was green lacewing for
predatory,
mites.
predatory insects.
Well, there's a predatory wasp. There's several species of insects that he carries. I know, because they sell it up at concentrates during the spring and summer months. But those are really effective because it's especially green lacewing and a couple others. If you put out a couple of sprays during the season, it acts as or not acts, is a food, and they remain there and reproduce. So you have an ongoing pesticide program going on without having to drop money every week.
And they're
And
Right.
that fellow,
reproducing, so
well, I
you're
know
going
the
to
guy
have an.
you're talking about. I think he's in.
He's down by Medford.
Yeah, yeah, by Shady Cove, yeah, sort of.
Yeah, and if you get them reproducing in the garden, you don't have to keep applying those predator bugs, right? They're creating the next generation for you.
There's what?
Okay, here's a good example for you, Chris. You
His
ever heard of
business.
a product called Green Cure? Okay, it was around. It was a fungicide. It was $30 a pound, and you
Right.
mixed it with powder, and you mixed it with water, and you sprayed it. Okay, in the world of baking breads that don't use yeast or sourdough use a chemical called baking soda, right? It's
Right.
sodium bicarbonate. Well, you can get the same results by using potassium bicarbonate. And the reason for that is now you can put on the bread salt free. So it's a marketing scam. Okay. Green Cure, which is available from bakery supplies for at that time about $18 for 50 pounds. Green Cure was nothing more than potassium bicarbonate at $30 a pound, but it had a really nice package.
Oh, that makes it better. I like
Right.
nice, pretty packages.
My question used to be, don't you guys ever read a label? Oh my God.
Yeah, that company we were talking about down there is called Nature's Control.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And there's a long story that his family and have been in that end of the business, insects and other, whatever. Yeah.
Other
A
than
long history. Yeah.
sure, yeah,
Good folks.
yeah. I order stuff from them quite a bit. I'll go down and pick it up and bring it back, and
Sure.
I don't have to worry about praying mantis, man. They're everywhere here. Like I've
Look at you.
I've
I
already
mean,
seen
There-
babies that have hatched here because they come to my front door and get bugs at nighttime. I'm like,
in the world of insects, predatory insects, to the insect world, praying mantis are like dinosaurs. They just kill everything.
right.
I mean, just rip and I even used green lacewings on indoor. Well, I wouldn't call it indoor, greenhouse with success.
I see them hopping around and they'll land on me, and I'm like, here, get back over to this plant. What's wrong with you?
Right,
Get back over
right.
there.
isn't the idea, Coop, with the predatory bugs that if that food source, right, the thing you're trying to get rid of is there, they're going to stick around and they're going to eat those larvae or whatever bugs. And then if you see them disappear, more than likely they've finished off that food supply. They've cleaned up your plants and now they're off
I'm going to
on to
give
the
you a
next thing.
classic example of how that works.
Yeah.
One of the most effective insects we can use are ladybugs. No question about it. But they're mobile.
Yeah.
So when the food dries up, they're off to a new, like any other organism, you'll look for food.
Yep.
What's great about green lacewing is not the adult, it's the larva that
Right.
crawls on the leaves and they're like piranha and they eat
Anything that's
developing
plant.
yeah, and they're voracious. I mean, and so what's cool about that is that the adults reproduce and then they're dead within 36 hours or something. So you don't have a bunch of shit flying around like insect because the larva is crawling around the leaves, top and bottom. And I've watched them with a magnifying glass, and it's really cool to watch. Uh, where they go in there and just destroy mites and other things you don't want in your garden.
Right. Well, the things with the ladybugs, even though the adults will eat other things, mainly the babies are the most active that will go and destroy
That makes
stuff.
sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Because think about it, just for setting aside the specifics of this or that organism, the function of every organism is to what? Reproduce and
Right.
die.
Right.
And so I can see that making sense that the youth, the young version of the hatchlings, whatever you want to call it, would be more active because they need to get up to size to reproduce. And that's, there you go. That makes all kinds of sense to
And
me.
with the 3 day
Yeah, those growing
lifespan, ain't no
teenagers,
time to
man, they
waste.
eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
A lot of food.
Right. A lot of
I
that's
got
going
two of
towards
them right now. I
their
got a
development and
14-year-old
all
old
that.
and
Yeah.
a 17-year-old. And
They're
they
burning
are,
calories.
oh, dude, they're eating everything in the house and shit, dude. It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous. So we had to start going over to Costco and shit to fucking feed them.
The way to
Can
go
I
when you
feed
got
my
teenagers,
kid
man.
malted barley? Can I feed my kid? Will that grow him too? Can I give him a blend of malted barley?
If you were to go to a sports store where they sell amendments to bodybuilders and all that stuff,
Yes.
once again, read the label. It's malted barley.
Right.
I don't know what it, I, you want a protein drink? It's malted barley. Uh, I don't know what to tell you.
Jeez, Louise. Should I hook him up with some malted barley, or is there something that he doesn't want that shit? Does he
The
want
market
something else?
tiers are winning, Coots.
Hey, Koo, if we could back up a bit, bud, to that the lactic acid you were mentioning, doing a foliar spray twice a week, because I definitely
Uh-huh.
have powdery mildew pressure here in southern Connecticut with our very
Sure.
moist
Humidity.
summers. Yeah, it's only
Yeah,
for a couple months,
absolutely.
but man, when it hits, it hits like it's raining sometimes daily, and the humidity's 90%. But So I definitely have much more conducive conditions to for PM to just go nuts on me.
Right.
So, I know you had been mentioning. I stepped away. This is the reason why I'm backing up here on the question. But is
Uh-huh.
there a cheap, inexpensive way to create this lactic acid you speak of,
Yes.
without having to
Yep.
buy expensive products?
You
And
have
so,
to buy one, and then, but
okay,
it's a living organism that'll reproduce and it'll live in perpetuity. So you can create all of the lactic acid you want
was
until
that the
you die.
kefir? Was that the kefir
Yep.
you mentioned? Kefir.
Yeah,
Okay.
the water
So is
kefir.
that the
Now, this,
kefir, like water kefir? So not what you see in like a natural food store, this yogurt style kefir. No, different.
okay, I have to answer this part first, then I'll give you the other side of it.
Okay.
Those products in the store are like any other manufactured food product. They're loaded with stabilizers, emulsifiers, blah blah
Sure.
blah.
Right.
What I do is
Homogenizing.
I buy the culture, bought the culture several years ago, and then you put it in the milk, let it sit on your counter overnight. The next morning, you strain it. You got fermented milk, and now when we take fermented milk and put it in a cheesecloth bag and strain it, that runoff
Mm.
is called whey. That's how you make
Right.
cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, the whey is that's the lactic acid. And so that'll keep, you don't have to refrigerate it. You don't have to, it's, it's going to last you. I keep mine on the counter and it's been, whatever, for months. Um, but now you have the living culture. So when you need more, you get some really good quality milk. You want to get organic. Do not get ultra pasteurized.
Right.
You want
'Cause you're,
pasteurized, but not
you're
ultra pasteurized.
gotcha.
And it's that simple. Cultures for Health. And you could do a search online at YouTube, and you can see the video. This is really ridiculous. Now, the water is, in my opinion, less expensive because you're not using milk. You're just using
Yes.
water and putting a carbohydrate in it. That could be apple
Yes.
juice, even. And
Right.
put the culture in there, let it do its thing, and then you're going to strain out the culture, and now you got the culture. It looks like, say you had perlite and you chopped it up into pieces. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yep.
But it's kind of it's gelatinous. It's anyway. It's a
Right.
living organism, and that one too. If and let's say you don't need it, then you just put
What
it in the refrigerator, and
does it Toby or what?
huh? Yeah, it is a SCOBY. Yes, it's
Oh, yeah.
a bacteria and yeast. They're both scobies. Just that the milk has far more. They had like 56 micro strains between labs and fungi, whereas
Mhm.
Right.
the water kefir is like 25 total, I think.
Mm.
But that's the easiest way and the least expensive way is the water kefir.
Right.
Get some cheap ass sugar at Costco
Right.
and add that to some water. Put your SCOBY in there. And then in a day or two, when you see the bubbles strain and drain, and you're dancing. And
Right.
then same thing. You take that and mix it about. Okay, it's 2 tablespoons is an ounce. Okay, so put about an ounce into a gallon of water, and that's all you got to do
That's it. That
on the
little.
soil and the leaves. It's also good for soil drench. Lactic
Really?
acid is good for increases the ability for the microbes in the soil to deconstruct the organic matter, making those nutrients available.
Mm.
Yeah, somebody asked about curd. Yes, that's the same thing. Joseph Anthony asked in chat. Yes. As a matter of fact, when I started using Chat GPT to do some research, I asked about compost teas. And there was a graduate student, in fact, in the University of Connecticut, of all places. And she was testing soured milk, EM1, and high fungal compost teas, which is one of my favorite things I make fun of. In the final analysis, it was the soured milk that outperformed the EM1 and the compost tea. That you got to have a $200 tea brewer, and you got to get the high fungal compost from some dumb young guy, and all this crap. And I sent it to the main person in the whole compost tea scenario. I said, "Could you help me out with this? How did this happen?" I never got an answer, but anyway,
Yeah,
that was
actually,
my.
the University of Connecticut, UConn, they have a very extensive, very well-renowned horticultural program. So that
Oh,
that
okay,
actually does make sense that
yeah,
they were doing some experiments because they are
okay,
really into horticulture at UConn. Yeah, that's cool.
okay. That
Yeah,
does
yeah.
make sense. Yeah.
Yep.
Um, I'm familiar with Cornell. In fact, my soil mix is, and I've said this since day one, 15 years ago. It's just a redefinition or altered version of the Cornell mix from Cornell University. Dates back to 1938.
Mm.
So sometimes when you get it right, it's good just to run with that instead of trying to reinvent it every week. No,
Right.
no, no, no.
So I took Coot's advice and I went on the Chat GPT
He
and
loves
asked
the
it.
AI.
I asked it about how does powdery mildew work, and I read it all, and my question was answered in there. Yes, the reason why it works and it does what it does is because its fruiting body blocks out the sun, stopping it from doing it. It sends tubes
Photosynthesizing.
down. Yeah, stops it from photosynthesizing. Yeah, so that's why
Yeah.
it does
Mhm.
that. But if it
Damages the cellular structure of the leaf
mm-hmm,
itself with those
mm-hmm,
inward pointing spores and tubes. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
yeah, yeah. Does
they're
damage.
shooting
It
down.
damages.
Yeah. So I went over there, learned it, and got the information that I wanted from it. Read the whole thing.
Hey,
It
Coop,
seemed like
can you elaborate on not only having your only source of information be AI derived? Because
Oh, sure. I mean,
Guerrero loves the AI a little too much, and I'm afraid you might have just opened a can of
I
worms for
no
him.
no.
He's gonna use Chat GPT for all questions.
See this guy? You see
All
him? See what
questions.
he's doing? Caladimus, set this guy straight.
I am the yin to your yang, Guerrero.
No, you
Go ahead.
no.
Go ahead,
here's
Coop.
here's what I would say about AI.
Who's
When
feeding
you're
the
looking
AI?
for,
Where's AI getting its info? That's what I say.
well, they scrape. It's what they call scraping. Say like University of Connecticut. Most of those documents there are public access. These are just examples. So they'll use the word bot. Anyway, they'll scrape that information and that becomes part of the LLM, the large language model. And here's what I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say about AI in general. Trying to use it creatively is not so good. But when you're trying to gather facts that have been
Yes,
established, because you can ask for sites, uh, CITES sites, in your prompt. And the other thing is that AI is only as effective as how well you write your prompts.
yes.
And prompt
That was a pretty
engineering
easy
is
prompt.
well, right. Okay, but you see, if I were writing, I would do something like this. Just from experience in doing it in questions of botany. Um, I always state what area of the country I'm living in because that it's going to, what Big John's going through in Connecticut has nothing to do with Southern
Nope,
Oregon
nope.
or and Southern Oregon has nothing to do with Northwest Oregon, where I live. It's hotter than shit down there. Up here, it's rain. I mean, it's just a lot of, it's just different dynamic. And you have, we also have more
Man, those
commercial
people
nurseries
that are
up here
from
in the valley.
Oregon love talking about Oregon.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Hey, Guerrero.
well,
Ah,
I've been to
then most of them are from
Sacramento, and
California.
hey,
Most of them
listen,
are from California.
I've been through Sacramento at least 300 times driving.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
and there's not a single fucking thing there that would pull me back for any reason.
No, I understand. It's location, location, location.
Yeah.
Uh,
We're right smack down in between two rivers in the farmlands, and we could grow anything here. We're right in between San Francisco and Tahoe, so location,
Oh
location,
yeah.
location. That's one of the
I
only
know.
reasons why this city is here, because we're right in between two rivers and shit. So that's only reason why this city's here. But the reason why this city never grew
You,
is
you're
because
also
they were
near
all
Fresno.
they're all Republican. They're all Republican state workers that didn't like sports, that didn't like any arts, didn't like any of that shit. So they would always say no to any new taxes and shit. So nothing ever got done. So there was no feel to ever have corporations come in, because corporations aren't what's downtown. It's state workers that are downtown. So that's why Sacramento never was able to grow in that aspects of other cities. We had a base.
Listen,
Yes.
I've been in at least 20 capital cities in the in of
Yes.
states
And
in
ours
the
is the
U.S.
most beautiful. I get it.
No,
Yes. I get it.
none of them are very. I mean, as far as livability, they were just places
No, 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 no. I
of
thought you were talking about, sorry,
administration.
sorry. I thought you were actually talking about the state capital.
No, I'm talking about the city,
Oh, the city. Okay, okay.
like
I thought you were
Salem,
talking about,
Oregon.
because ours is the best.
Ask Grumpy. He'll tell
Yes,
you
right.
ours
nobody
is the
wants to
best.
live in Salem. There's no and Jesus Christ, and
Yeah,
well, it's a running theme. It really is. I mean, you go around the country and go to the state capitol, not the building, but the community, and it's
beautiful.
basically clerk typists that got advanced, from what I can tell. You're pushing papers and making sure that all the T's got crossed and all the I's are dotted. I don't know. Bureaucratic nightmare,
Yes.
really.
Yeah, that's the problem with Sacramento. Is usually fucking state workers are pretty don't want to use any tax money to fund any kind of projects that would make the city better and
That
shit, or
surprised you?
cooler.
That
I
surprised
wish
you?
they would. I mean, typically, I think you have to spend money to make money. And the problem with the state capital is that they already
Not
have a
anymore.
built-in. Well, not anymore, but they used to have a built-in.
All you need now is
Uh,
an influencer and get it on TikTok, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
You can
yeah.
sell anything.
That's all you got to do, Guerrero.
Uh,
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why state capitals suck. Is they don't have to fucking attract people. There's already a fucking workforce there. And that workforce sucks ass. And doesn't want to fucking make anything cool.
Well, they usually pay them low wages and work them like dogs. So yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get the best quality. They're looking for cheap labor.
Yeah, finally here, Sacramento, we finally got an arena. It's a mighty good arena too. A lot of good concerts are finally coming through. We've had the Beatles come through. We've had who else have we had? A lot of the good
Haven't they
bands.
been dead for 40, 50 years?
Hey, calm down. If we're
You mean
believing
like
in the
the?
Grateful Dead, if we're
You mean
believing
like the
that
I
when
junk?
people
don't.
are going to see the Grateful Dead, that they're going to see the Grateful Dead, and they're paying thousands of dollars for seats to go see the Grateful Dead. Wait, hold on. Hey Siri, how many people are alive from the Grateful Dead?
Well, Garcia's dead. Bob Weir died. or Phil Lesh. Was it Phil Lesh that died of sometime in the last year or so?
So 3 band members, I think, are still alive, and I don't even think all 3 of them are playing when they're playing. So basically, people are paying thousands of dollars to go see fucking, who is it, Mayer? John Mayer?
I'll take your
Bob
Isn't
word
that
for it.
who's,
there, I think, because usually Bob Weir's there. He's usually up there dancing around barefooted.
so yeah. I think the Grateful Dead should have been a bit more
Great,
like Menudo.
but it's Grateful Dead and Company. Now it's not Grateful Dead, just the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, it should have been
I,
more
I
like fucking Menudo, where they just kill off the Grateful Dead members and bring a
Fucking
whole new lot of Grateful Dead members
don't you
every
think
5
that
years.
I just have to ask a question. Okay. They were a big deal. I get it. One of the biggest bands in the history of rock and roll. But I
Jam
just think
band.
it's no. I'm not going to go pay to watch an 82-year-old man sing Satisfaction. It just isn't going to happen.
Oh, we're gonna go see Bruce, let's go see Bruce Springsteen too.
He's not 82 like Mick Jagger.
right, Mick Jagger.
Yeah. Oh,
He was
hey
an
Siri,
animal,
how old is
person,
Bruce
and I didn't think
Springsteen?
he was so real.
Bruce Springsteen is 75 years old.
75 years old. Bruce Springsteen is.
Okay, okay, so I think I just read recently that Mick Jagger just turned 82, something like that.
Yeah,
You know, he had before he became
dude. What
a
a
Rolling Stone.
gangster. He's still alive. Hell yeah, rock
He
and roll.
graduated with a degree in finance from a big college in London, and he managed other members' money all these years, and all of them, unlike most rock and roll legends, retired with serious, I mean, million over 100 million minimum each. Now, he's got a lot more for a lot of reasons for writing and what have you. But yeah, he wasn't. In the last several years, he's really the hardcore. I mean, organic food, daily exercise. You know, you can't be bouncing around like he does at 82 unless you did something serious. You know, for
Oh
staying
yeah,
healthy.
He need to go get stem cell research so he feels better.
Probably, yeah. I
dude,
mean,
for
when you
reals.
got
Let's
money,
go. No. Like yes. Is that like the rich fucking bathing in baby's blood and shit? Is that like are
I
we
don't know.
let's go.
Hey,
Isn't that how fucking Cher did it?
really?
I don't know.
Sheriff Fire?
Madonna and Cher.
We need to
Dude,
bring
Cher was
back who did this song in the late 70s, early 80s? Teenage Enema Nurses in Bondage.
holy
Uh,
shit. That sounds like some death metal.
yeah, no, it
That
was
sounds like
not.
some. Are you into death metal?
No,
Did we just find something new about Caladamus?
no.
What music are you into?
Oh, reggae,
You like the reggae? Me too.
serious reggae. Studied it
So
for a better part of 20 years. Uh,
so I started getting into reggae 2002 2002. I started getting into reggae.
oh, the band name was Killer Pussy.
Oh, Killer
Yeah.
Pussy. Yes, that sounds like a
Yeah,
great name. That
it's
sounds
Killer
very
Pussy.
reggae. That's very
Right.
reggae sounding.
No, it isn't. Anyway, before reggae, there was ska.
Killer pussy in
Yes.
no.
Yeah. I gotta listen to some Killer Pussy right now. Hold on. Oh shit, that's gonna fuck up my algorithm.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the what became known in the United States and England
Holy shit.
as roots reggae started out. Many of the artists started out as ska.
Right.
Uh, yeah. So,
Early days of modern ska.
and
Oh,
then
okay. Here we
after,
go. I got it.
then came dub,
Yep.
and then dance
Oh, I
hall.
got to hear this shit.
Cooch, you're blowing everyone's mind today talking like that.
Yeah, I'm digging it already. Just fucking 5 seconds into it. Bikini
So
wax. A
yeah,
teenage
so
enema nurses in bondage.
it's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. That was great. I mean, really, some really good. And then when the Ramones, I want to be sedated. That was
Right.
great. Uh,
Teenage enema nurses in bondage. Teenage
There-
nurses in bondage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
okay,
I like that. I like that.
where's the music here? Hold on.
Yeah, I like that too.
Oh, here we go.
Everybody's got to go do that on their own thing. Go listen to it on your own thing, your own device. But yeah, go check out once again
Okay, this guy,
Killer Pussy.
he's only 30. And so in reggae, that's fairly young. Many of the artists are older. Anyway, I'm not joking. This is his name. One of them is a family name. His grandma used to call him this when he was a young baby, or uh, Papazuki, Tappazuki, Papazuki,
PAPPA. What is the other part of it?
Zukie, Zapazuki.
Zuki. There it is. I got it. Papazuki.
Like they did most around the world in their colonies. England really fucked up Jamaica. They call it Trench Town for a reason. The open trenches of sewage and manure. It's just they treated it. England was like that all over the world. What they did in India and yeah. So find them.
No, spell it again because it went to some fucking Japanese shit.
Tappa.
Oh,
Tapa
PAPPA. Say thank you. PPA. Go ahead.
Zuki.
ZUK.
Zukie.
ZUK.
Guerrero. Papazuki Backyard Party 2017.
Yeah. His music's really good. It's a little bit more Caribbean than say roots reggae, but not in a bad way. It's just a different genre.
Steel drum stuff or what?
No, not like you're thinking calypso. I think like Deo. Who was that
Calm
song?
down,
Deo.
Grumpy. Don't give me a strike and shit. Let's see. Uh, oh yeah. Have you heard of have you heard of I was just wearing their hat yesterday.
Kind of reminded me of Peter Tosh a little bit.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Got a good jam to it for sure.
yeah, it's
Have
fun.
you
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
Mystic
Hey, Grumpy.
Roots?
No, but that doesn't mean anything that I haven't heard of.
Check them out. They're happy reggae, good feeling reggae.
Hey, Grumpy, are you familiar with Linville Thompson?
Um, I know the name, just not real familiar though.
Check this song out. If I Follow My Heart by Linval Thompson, Linval, Linval Thompson. He was one of the handful of the Roots crowd. He came out of the Revolutionaries culture, 7 and 7. You know where that comes from?
Where's that?
What's the name of the album? Oh, When the Two Sevens Flash. Was that Marcus Garvey would return on July 7th, 1977. So the song by Culture was one of the first ones done by Lee Scratch Perry. And that whole scene that started in late 60s, early 70s. I think it's the highest selling record in all of reggae music is Culture. But that's the band name. 7 and 7, 2 sevens Flash. Yeah, that's Lyndall Thompson. He's been singing for almost 50 years and he saved his money. He's big time real estate in Kingston. He's got businesses. See, reggae is kind of interesting because you have writers, you have musicians, and then you have singers. So it's not uncommon, like Lyndall Thompson. I probably have 20 albums that are all different backup bands. So the music culture is just a lot different.
Linville Thompson. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, so check out If I Follow My Heart. It's a classic Linville Thompson song. Yeah, and Don't Cut Off Your Dreadlocks. That's another one.
Some plays with Eka Mouse and all them, Ivory Heights and all them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
right. Yeah, to say Yellow Man and all them, they're fucking good too. Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
This is the band who opened me up to
What
reggae
are
music.
they? Oh,
Sublime. Yeah, they're punk rock ska. They're everything. Every song's different.
do you like Ziggy Marley?
Yeah, I love Ziggy
Bob
Marley.
Marley sing? Yeah.
I've seen him like 3 or 4 times now, maybe even 5 or 6 times. I've seen Ziggy Marley, Kamani Marley, Stefan Marley. I've seen
There's a lot of
Damian
Marleys.
Marley.
Bob had a lot of sons, a lot of children, I
Yeah.
think.
I've seen all the ones that sing, and I probably even seen the ones that don't sing. They're probably off stage and shit, grooving and shit.
Right. Or
It could have been them.
yeah.
So, but yes, I've seen a lot of Marleys. So, because I went to I would go to a lot of reggae festivals in the early 2000s.
Mhm.
Probably like 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. I was going to, prior to me having kids, we went to a lot of reggae festivals, and I seen a lot of reggae bands. I went to the Sierra Nevada World Music Festival. I went to Reggae in the Park. I never made it down to the one in Monterey. I really wanted to go to the
Yeah.
Monterey Reggae Festival. There's always really good bands there. I've been to reggae. I said Reggae Rising, Reggae on the River. What other ones have I been to? I mean, I said Reggae in Park, Golgate Park. Uh, hmm. Anyways, I've been to a lot of them. Also saw. I also saw. Eka Mouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Eka Mouse. I've seen him like twice or 3 times now. I fucking love Eka Mouse shows.
Oh, I do too. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Bada bang 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 bang. Yeah, oh, dude, it's everybody in the audience is fucking bum 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 bum. Dude, it's fucking awesome.
And
It's fucking badass.
imagine getting the tickets to go see your favorite 10 reggae bands. And
Dude, I love it.
your buddy that you're going with, he says, well, hold on, let's stop here. And he runs into a dispensary and he comes out with 10 pre-rolls of auto flowers. That would really set the mood, wouldn't it?
The hell was wrong with? Did you slap him? You didn't do that, did you, Coot?
Slap
You
who?
didn't. No. I'm saying, did that happen to you? And I said, did you
I've
slap
never,
that person?
listen, I've never I was in a dispensary one time at the
Yes.
request of somebody else to meet him there. I've never purchased anything. I've had a couple of hits off. No, no, you got to try this one. And I just laugh. It's like, it's just completely bullshit. Especially the pre-roll stuff. Those and the carts. I mean, are you kidding
Oh,
me?
dude. So yeah, carts are jokes, but so some of the pre-rolls now, this is coming from small farms. When they have their name on them, like if they're
Oh
small
yeah,
farm ones, they usually use their fucking bee buds on that
I
shit. They don't
know.
use the floor
I know.
scrapings and shit. They use their
Here's
bee
how.
buds,
Hey,
like the
you want to?
smalls and shit.
Here's how it works. Okay, there are companies. Okay, this probably depends on the state because every state sets up their weed deal different. Here's how it's set up in Oregon. There's three licenses. There's producer, I mean grower. There's broker, and then there's retailer, dispensaries. Okay, the broker buys. You can't, if you're a grower, you cannot sell to a dispensary. Nada, doesn't happen. You have to sell it to a broker, and the broker is supposedly going to be checking out the quality, man. And this goes for this application, and this is going to go for this. At any event, when it's time to process the shit into crap, the big trucks like those big Ford uh, vans, not vans, but trucks, delivery trucks, they have the machinery in there. They throw the weed into this big hopper, it grinds it up and spits it out into 1 gram pre rolls, and you get paid the agreed amount. That's how there's no looking at it. Oh, hey, it's not tasting too good. So they spray it with some terpenes and terpenoids. You buy them online, it's legal. They're not illegal at all. In fact, they even have them in recipes. Did you want it to taste like Gorilla Glue? They got that one. Do you want it to taste like cookies? They got that one. Or you want to do your own custom blend? They'll do whatever you want. It's used in food flavoring and all kinds of applications. It's not a big deal. But Johnny will line up and I got 3 pre-rolls for $10. Oh, good for you. And I say that because I know people and I've been at their places when the truck came, the processing, payday. And it's, let's say you have mold on it. You'll love this term. They remediate it. But when they remediate it, you wipe out all the terpenes and terpenoids. No problem. You're just going to spray it.
Please welcome.
Now, Don G in chat room. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They spray it with terpenes and terpenoids. What's the name of the big vape company that makes starts with a B?
Are you talking about
Anyway,
for Oregon? For Oregon?
No, no, the whole United States. I'm not talking. I'm talking about the raw materials to do the vapes. Okay. Anyway, they
Oh,
sell every terpene and terpenoid. No, look it up. It's legal. There's nothing illegal about it. Look up terpenes and terpenoids for
And stuff.
commercial use. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like I said, you can get any flavor. You want pinene?
yeah, it's
They
fucking
got
bullshit.
pinene. You want
No, I don't
limonene?
want that shit. No, I don't want none of that. I don't want none
As
of
a
that.
matter of fact, I can tell you for a fact that
I want real shit.
in around 2010, 2011,
I'll gag. I don't like it.
that orange upholstery cleaner, which is D-limonene, was being used to make the hash taste better.
I don't want none of that shit.
The dabs. I
Throw
mean,
up. No. Yeah. I don't want no spray chirps.
No way.
No.
it's a standard,
I,
and it's a
what's
standard on the West Coast, man, in California. You can't tell me.
this? This is what.
I defy you to tell me a dispensary in anywhere in California where you can go and buy top of the line premium world class buds. There's no money in it. 92% of sales on the West Coast are carts and pre rolls.
Right?
92%.
Yep.
I know this business. I don't want to be involved in it, but I know what goes on.
So
I
you
never thought that decriminalization or legalization, whatever term you want to use, would kill
so
it.
Magnus. So we had
That's
this.
exactly what happened. California is more of a mess because you got more people.
Yeah. So good weed sells, and we had this guy coming on here. A friend of mine. He has a farm, and he had some really good product, and his now he is just a no name dispensary name because they took his weed and slapped their label on it, and he doesn't have. I mean, this dude, his weed is fucking. It's fire. Nobody's gonna know it's him.
Hey, Chris, there is TO, my strains, being sold in cookies dispensaries around the country for which I receive zero.
Yeah, that sucks. You should.
No, it's
You
just the
should.
way it is. It's you can't worry about this shit because it's just too fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I don't have it in me. I made my money honestly. I don't have to put,
No.
$2 worth of some shit from a chemical supplier and then call it Mighty Microbes and charge people $750. I mean, are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
Yeah. I guess Woodstock's over, huh?
Man.
Hey, I was on a Discord channel one time, and there was some hillbilly on there in some remote state, and he was bragging about the fact he was turning out. I think it was like 3,500 carts a day. I don't care what you're manufacturing. If you're doing that many, you can't possibly have any quality control unless Jesus Christ came down and was sitting next to you and helping you figure it out.
What's that junk they put in those carts? I forgot what they call that crap. I know the
Oh, I
fake.
don't know. I don't know.
There's a specific name for that oil
Oh,
they.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Most of the guys down here in Southern Oregon, when they get carts, they get like live rosin or something like that. They're not getting any of that other and shit. Those live rosin carts down here in Southern Oregon, shit, them things cost you $70 for a gram.
Kiss me.
I don't buy them and stuff, but I
Oh, I
see
know.
it.
I just meant, yeah, I know. How about, do you have that chain of dispensaries down there called Nectar?
Oh yeah, the crap from fucking.
Oh,
You know where they
yes.
from? You know where they came from, right?
China?
No, they came from California originally.
Okay. And did you have Mota at
Yeah,
dispensaries? Okay.
that's another shithole down
I
there.
know. I know. I
Yeah,
know.
I'm like,
This they're all shitholes. I don't get I
Center's the one
mean,
that's black and gold, and they have all prepackaged. I've told them numerous times when I go and look in the door, and I'm like, burn the place down and start over.
yeah. I think it's a joke. I
It's
mean,
ridiculous. And you know what's funny, Coots, is they tell you when they run their stores in the state, like they'll buy cannabis from Southern Oregon, ship
yep.
it to Northern Oregon, process it, package it, and then ship it all back out again. I'm like, you guys are a bunch of dumbasses.
Do you know
Well,
how
isn't that
much?
how business done?
Hey,
Whatever they want to do, I guess.
when you can take a moldy load and remediate it and
Oh
then
shit,
turn it
not the
into carts
remediation.
and pre-rolls.
Oh shit, not that. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit right there.
Grow my own.
Right.
Make my
Four
own
plants,
carts.
brother. Four plants is what you're allowed here. No paperwork, no license, no nothing. Four plants. And
Or
like
your
I
four.
said the other day, yeah, they
I
don't tell you how big they can be.
keep license for sure. I keep my medical and stuff. I want 6. I don't want 4, Coots. No.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I look
I'll
at it this way.
get
I'm
6.
almost
I'm
I'm getting
pretty.
ready to go to the next life here. And this is as good as it's ever going to be in this life as far as legally. Four plants, I'll put them in 800-gallon pots, pull 40 pounds, okay, and then life moves on.
Right. Yeah, I got my patience card still.
Oh, hey, well, come on, man! You don't
There's
need to
no
put that on there.
patient card.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I remember I
And,
got mine in 98 when it first passed. And
and
it
then
was,
I have my grower's card.
yeah, I remember that. Jack Hare's son used to have a shop up here, a head store,
Yep.
whatever, called the Third Light or Third.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he had to shut it down about 7, 8 years ago because of the imports. He couldn't compete with the imports because he had handmade stuff from local artists, here in Portland, Eugene, up and down, I-5. And yeah, he was really cool to go and talk with.
There's a nice. There's a dispensary down here in Grants Pass called Redwood Cannabis.
Okay.
All they take in, and they even have a sign when you walk in. We only accept local, organic, like ethical farming
Right.
farms. That's all they take in. Anything other than that, they tell them where to go. It's the other places around town. Nice, nice. Regenerative farming. That's what it is. Yeah.
Right.
Love Corey's weed. I even like this shit, even though I don't want to like it. I do
Why?
like it
Was it too
because I don't
strong
like.
or?
I don't like the seed company person. Because this was something I was supposed to get too. It was kind of weird. Um, but yeah, green apple candy from
There was a question in chat about what 40 pounds of what quality?
but 40 pounds of what quality? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
What do you
what do you
think?
think? Fire, motherfucker! Fire! The fuck do you think? How if you got a fucking 40-pound plant? Have you ever had a 40-pound plant? Have
No,
you
I
ever had a
said,
40
I
pound?
said, I said plants, 10 pounds each, 10 and a half.
Yeah,
They run 10 to 11 pounds because you got 800. Okay.
yeah.
200 gallons is a cubic yard. That's 27 bags of soil. So for each plant, I'm using 104 bags of soil of my mix, of my soil mix.
Yes, but 40 pounds of straight fire. Yes. Yes, that's a 2 pound plant right there, Grumpy. Grumpy, look at this. This is a 2 pound plant that Grumpy used that he's standing in front of.
That's how you do it. You don't fuck around with this. What's this shit with these 4 foot plants? Look at the bud on that. It's got 6 inches of cola. Give me a
Yeah,
break.
Grumpy says that he doesn't want to grow like that anymore. He says, I don't
I can
want to grow
understand that.
like that
Yeah.
no more.
But
I
it's a
don't
lot
like
of
being
work.
on ladders.
It's a lot of work.
I don't want to be Grumpy, turn on your mic.
For 12 to 15 pound plants right there.
Yeah. It's not a big deal. It is if you're going to use growth store shit and listen to
Turn them
assholes like,
just brown and stuff, these plants.
yeah, that's
Yes.
how it's done. That's how you make money. Fuck.
So I just gotta
I'm glad that those days are over, Coots. I'm done with that.
so hey, uh
That's not my thing no more. All right, Guerrero, we're good with
so
that.
okay, hold on. Coot. So I got the Kim dog yesterday,
Uh-huh.
and it was already like fucking 5 feet tall, like stuck it in my trunk and shit. Slid down in my trunk and shit, and fucking drove it
Chris,
home from
try and
Nevada City.
understand something. I live in a state where your limit is not commercial, but for everyday folk. I'm
Yeah.
limited by plant count. Other states
Yes.
have different laws. Here,
Yeah.
I have to maximize my efforts. I can't have 4 or 5 foot plants.
Right.
I
Whoa,
mean,
hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. What do you know? Because I have
Coots.
never I've listen. I have never grown Kim dog before. So everybody keeps telling me, oh shit, it's already 5 foot tall. That motherfucker's gonna be like 20 foot tall by the
Fucking
time of the end of the year. And shit, I hope you're like, because it's already 5 foot tall. So have you ever grown a Kim dog before?
no, but let me tell you what I did do. In 2010, huh, somebody told me about IC Mag.
Wait, turn my shit.
right.
So I went in there and I got an account. And all anybody could blab about or drool or spittle running down their chin was OG Kush 818, and then whoever fuck Larry was, OG Kush Larry's cut. So friends of mine down in Southern California, their sons secured a cut of each and shipped it up to me. So I put them in a couple 100-gallon pots that I was doing at that time. I have never, ever, of all the plants I've grown, and I've grown at least 150 strains, use that many fucking bamboo sticks to hold the goddamn plant up on an OG Kush. Fuck
Limp
you.
big
What
plant
a
like
fucking joke.
Yep. It wanted to limp everywhere.
I mean, it was a genetic joke. It was a nightmare.
Coots, this is a
So
great tea that we grow down here.
Hold on a second. I mean, are you kidding me? This is a big deal.
That's a grape OG.
Yeah, hold on a second here.
And that's all outdoors right there. All that was grown in our compost pile. It's like, yes.
Okay, here's I check it. Can you see? Hold on a minute.
No, you can't do it like that. You have to turn off the. You gotta turn off the background thing.
Oh, fuck it.
Yeah,
Only if you did it right in front of them, huh? Like this.
yeah.
Like
I
this.
think if you put it in front of your face, no, it's still fucking
Oh, I see
focusing
what you're
on your
saying.
fucking. There it goes. There you go.
There it is.
Oh, I know what I do. I do it on my iPad. That's a
There
lot
you go.
easier. Hold
What
on.
was that one?
That's it went from Kerala, India, that I crossed with Burmese up on the. If you look on a map, you'll see Chiang Mai,
Right.
and it's where Laos,
Yeah, we all know
Cam.
where King Maya is, or Rye, or whatever.
Yeah,
There.
Chiang Rai.
I just meant that region has been an area of unrest for centuries, and that's where
Right.
the original Thai sticks came from.
Right.
Yes, because the
Rebels,
captain.
yeah.
I knew
So
I knew you were going to do it.
hold on, let me get the iPad.
Oh my God! Right.
Green fingers. What? You can't. You're like, I'm not gonna be on here for the captain bashing.
For the what?
Captain bashing.
Who's captain?
Uh,
So,
uh,
cheers
you've probably met him before.
on G. Cheers.
Oh, the guy
You would have
over
met.
on
I appreciate
Fumidor show.
Yeah,
That
that guy.
guy, the
That guy.
Captain
Yeah.
520. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. The one
And
that likes
lived
lady
in
boys.
Ohio. Or
Yeah. The lady. He likes the lady boys.
oh, I don't know. I'm not. I'm not that deeply involved.
That's why Green Fingers dipped.
Okay. Okay. Photos.
Don G. Good brother. It's hot as hell
See,
outside the boy. It's like I had to give my chickens extra water, and I gave them some watermelon. That way, it keeps them cool.
Ow.
Let's see what it
All
is.
right. Green Finger is safe. Green Fingers is safe. You could come back. No more. Promise. Promise.
okay, here it is. Hold on. Hold on. I'll fuck this up.
No, go put it in front of your face. Go closer to your face. Come back. Come back. Come back. Yeah, there we go. Now come closer with your face too. Yes, there. Now keep coming forward. Keep coming forward. Both of them at the same place. So then it'll keep it focused in. If you come closer to the camera, it'll come
Yeah, fuck
together.
it. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it fucking sucks.
Anyway, the seeds came from Kerala and Thai sticks, Burma, whatever you want to call it.
So what's the terp profiles you getting out of fucking the Thai? Which one? Because
I don't know.
there's so many different fucking expressions. Because I've heard fucking pineapple, I've heard fucking mango, I've heard fucking all kinds of fucking fruit fucking flavors coming from there. Which one did you have?
From Thailand.
Yeah,
Not run through
which
somebody's seed, not something run through somebody's seed company or,
yeah. No, I understand that. That's
There's too many. They're not single note plants. I mean,
Yeah.
Land races aren't like
Yeah, that's why I asked which one did you
yeah,
get? Which flavor did you get?
uh, about 10 mixed.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's, you
saying.
know,
Which one was it? Which one was the dominant? Because I know that you get a fucking
I
shit
don't
ton of
know, man.
variety of fruit flavors.
It was 50 years ago.
Uh,
I mean,
yeah, fucking come out. They have that's a very diverse smell because I think a lot of it has to do with what's around it and it has to mimic.
no, no, it has
You
nothing
don't
to
think
do with
so?
it. No, I know
All
so.
the tropical fruit
No.
for pollinators? You don't think so?
Once again, all flavors are controlled by the production and distribution of terpenes and terpenoids. It's not, it's, yeah, never mind.
You don't think
Honest,
it has anything? So you don't think it has anything to do with the was it the biome in the or
no.
like what's
It
taken
can,
out of
oh,
the
well, wait a minute. Okay, if you have an actual soil, not dirt, soil,
yeah
where you have
soil in soil
where you have biology. Okay, you're
yeah
not depending on
land
the
race
can the, no, the cannabis approach is all chemicals. You'll hear stupid shit like, so what are you using for your nitrogen? What are you using for your phosphorus? What do you know, like, fuck, man. I mean, it has nothing to
I'm
do
talking
with agronomy. I'm trying to explain, okay? So if
yeah
you have
yeah
an actual soil, then you're going to have microbes that are going to deconstruct organic matter, releasing specific enzymes, exudes, and elements. Okay. And that will affect flavor, yes. But if I grow it next to a avocado, it doesn't taste like guacamole. I mean, that's just insane.
no that's not what I was talking about a land race being in its native soil
Yeah.
being part of the ecosystem.
Well, sure, the soil is going to affect. Look, you live in Sacramento. That soil's been depleted about at least 100 years
Yeah
ago through overproduction of
yeah because
agriculture,
it was all
like our
fucking
Midwest.
they say this
Right.
whole thing was they say this whole thing was fucking a lake, the whole valley.
Well, but the soil's dead, like it is in the Midwest, where soybeans and corn
Yeah.
production over the last 70 years.
Right.
And you're feeding with chemicals. You're trying to fix this with chemicals, and it just becomes this thing. But yes, to answer your question, will I have a different flavor profile if I grow a plant in Western Thailand versus Eastern Thailand? Probably. Yeah, probably. Let's talk sun patterns. Let's talk, you know, light index. There's just a lot of factors. It's not this simple thing. Well, if you use Fox Farm Ocean Forest, you'll do much better than if you use Athena. Oh, okay. Well, I better get that Athena song. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh,
No,
heck yeah.
I'm talking about the actual land race being in its home environment, in its home.
That's, I don't know. That's impossible. I mean, I wasn't there in 1974 harvesting Thai buds to bring back
Yeah,
the United States. I couldn't possibly answer that question. Anybody who tells you they can is just talking, blowing smoke up your ass.
yeah. So that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. Being that, so you can have lot of different varieties of smell
Well, of course.
coming
Look,
from those genetics.
I know that in the cannabis world, the only word they ever learned was phenotype. I get that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's try another one. Wait a
Phenotype,
minute.
fucking
Let's do genotype.
genotype. Yes, genotypical expressions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if I
That's what I
use
was like. Sister,
and
what sister did you get?
if I grow under shop lights, am I going to get different
Yeah,
results than if I grow under the sun?
yes, yeah.
Look.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about
Seed
genotypical
producers,
expressions,
seed
not
producers
just
have a
phenotypical
vested interest
expressions.
in confusing the discussion. I get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, it's just cheap talk.
Yeah, I'm talking about genotypical expressions, not phenotypical expressions.
Right.
Like what? Because obviously you're popping sisters and shit. You're popping seeds and everything. And
Oh, let's put it on a human level. Let's try this in another way. Have you ever known
yeah,
any family that had at least, say, 4 children?
yes,
And
and
you're
they,
oh, you have. Okay. Did
yeah,
you find any fucking similarity between those four?
all of them, yes,
You did? Well, that's
yeah, a
really
lot
a
of them.
you. Oh,
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
performed the same in school. They
No, no,
all
no, 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 no. They all like
uh,
they all had no, 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 no. There- I I understand what you're saying.
you
Yeah, yes,
lost. Okay, just go ahead and say okay because it's insane. If you had a litter of puppies, why do you think that when say a professional breeder, whatever breed you like, okay, and after the litter is whelped, a grader comes in and goes, "This is show quality. This is pet quality. This is." Here's your pick of the litter. Why do you think they do? Why would there be a pick of the litter? They both have exactly the same genetic input, don't they?
yes. They do have the same exact genetic input, but each each sperm is different from one of the egg. The egg is different, so each one is going to be completely different from
Hello?
each other.
What do you think
Yeah,
happens on a plant when you got a cola
yeah.
with a couple of thousand seeds?
Each one's going to be different, completely
Right,
different from each other.
right,
No,
right.
I completely understand that. That's why I was asking you. What did you get? What flavored? What was it?
All
What did
kinds
it
of
taste like?
flavors.
All kinds of fruit flavors.
Yes. Well, fruit flavors, there's rotted fruit, like rotten
Yeah,
mango in a
rotted
good
fruit.
way, rotten
Right.
there's some, but there was also other things. I mean, that had nothing to do with floral or
Talk about some
fruit.
of your favorite. Talk about some of your favorite terpenes that came off of them that you remember. Was there
Well, if I
any
had my
specific?
druthers and it weren't so quirky and hadn't been so badly manipulated over the last 70 years, some of the best weed in my life came out of Mexico, especially Guadalajara, Seed Pod. Please don't say Acapulco Gold. It's just, I don't know where you guys. There was a stupid song in 1966. It was
Michoacan.
Michoacan, yeah. And
Yeah,
I used to get the Guerrero green, lime
yeah.
green. By the time you got
Yeah,
to the
let's
station, it
go.
would be
Lime
called, yeah,
green.
lime green.
I remember that one. I remember some lime green comes squished lime green
Yeah.
brickweed.
But there again, the really, really good stuff, you didn't get loads. I mean, loads was the crap out of South America, so-called Colombia, and even though the burlap sacks were stamped machine parts from Argentina. But in any event, uh, because they come in cargo ships and just pure crap, stems and seeds. But like a really good, like say Guadalajara, one of those or Guerrero, you could get 4,000 pounds of Colombian on a front. You couldn't get more than 1 or 2 pounds of the good stuff. That's just the way it was. It was supplied. It wasn't This was handcrafted stuff by small time
Hmm.
producers in Mexico. The
Mm-hmm.
other stuff was being done by slave labor in Brazil and Argentina, Colombia. I mean,
That's how I remember going to up to Humboldt and everything because I would go up there and fucking one of my friends I met there and I eventually was getting a lot of my cannabis from. I would go up there and be like, all right, I need like 5 pounds. You know what I mean? And he'd be, well, like, I got a pound of this, I got a pound of that, and I have a
right,
pound of this, and a pound. And
right.
this is, and he goes, this is coming from all different people. So each one's coming from a different person.
Those days are over, buddy. I promise
Yeah.
you. Potent Ponic, Steve.
Yeah, I know
Potent
Steve. Yeah.
Ponics. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was a couple of
One of
years
my
ago.
favorite, aquaponic guys.
Oh yeah,
I guess.
he knows his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
He and I were on a show, and a friend of, I don't know, somehow he had another guest who was a grower in Humboldt, and they knew each other for years. They had. So being the smart ass that I am, I said, "So how's the flower market doing in Humboldt?" Their words, not mine. It's a shit race to the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and that was 2 years ago. It's worse. It's worse. The market is there on the West Coast. There's so much overproduction. You can't. You had a guest on the other day from BioEgg who told you the price is below $200 a pound. That's fucking 1968 prices.
Mm-hmm.
I punch you in the face.
It's just
You tell me
it's
you give me $200 a pound, I'll punch you in the face. I will punch you right in the nose, just right there. Boop. That is a slap in the face of every fucking grower known. Oh hell no! I'd
okay.
rather
Ron
fucking.
Desi just made a post, and I know who he's talking about. Yeah, those are seeds that I gave away. That yeah, a mutual friend of ours, all in a tizzy. I sent them all over the world. About 4,000. I crossed the TO with a some friends of mine produced this plant back in the I think it was early '80s. There's three or four sativa plants: Caribbean, Mexican, uh, Thai, and India or Ceylon, Sri Lanka. We call it today,
Nice.
and they called it because they produced it or created over in Hawaii, so they called it Pakalolo. And I know I'm breeding, when you really know what you're doing, man, you put the female name first and then followed by the male, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the one Pakalolo sounded stupid. So I'm the one that said, okay, just call it Pakalolo 1. Who cares? Name doesn't mean shit. And so I sent some to a friend, a fellow I'd met a couple of times online in another state. And anyway,
Wait,
Ron does he had
it
some.
was
He's
the one Pakalolo,
Yeah, that was what we ended up calling the strain. So,
but it was supposed to be Pakalolo the one.
I'm saying in the weed world, you always put the female that you use first.
Yeah, which one was the
With the
female?
huh?
Which one was the female again?
The TO. That's
Oh,
been a
okay.
clone only plant since 1984.
Oh, okay,
So
so.
it's now 41 years old. So much for genetic drift.
Oh, I
Right.
like the one Pakalolo. The one Pakalolo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not. I
I
don't
don't
think
know
that.
what who are you talking about? You and I don't run in the same circles.
No. I'm saying I like that name. Though. That's a
Oh, that. No, I
solid.
don't know. Hey, I had nothing to do with it. Somebody asked me if I would, and I did, and that was the end of that. So
Yeah, I
I
like
thought
the one though.
the last time I sold a seed, man, I'm not joking, was 1980.
Holy
I
shit!
don't sell
I
seeds
was 3 years
because
old.
I don't want to listen to the whining and the current. Well, Mike's got a better one, or
Right.
is this one? Hey, let me tell you something. You know how where the words forget cannabis for a minute. That's just
Yeah.
that they just brought in the world of botany, when the Brits got
Yes.
to England, or excuse me, got to India, they named the plants. And if the plant was native, no
Mm-hmm.
commercial value, it had the word indica on the end of it
Yep.
because it came from,
India.
Yep.
thank
Yep.
you. Okay. If it was a plant that was cultivated, do you understand the difference between wild
Yes.
harvest and cultivated? Okay.
It is a sativa.
is a sativa. So that's why alfalfa is Medigo sativa. That does not
Yep.
mean you can cross that with a Mexican
No.
cannabis plant because they're both sativas.
Yeah, I
Right.
try
Okay.
to tell people that all the time.
Yeah,
It should be more of the lowlands and the highlands of India.
I think you're missing the point. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
the words have nothing to do with. Well, a sativa has a leaf like this, and a indica has a leaf like that, and just all this silly ass shit. Well, that's a normal pattern for indicas. You know how big Asia is, and how
Yes.
many growing districts? Bhutan, Pakistan, Afghanistan, even in India, there's 170 languages for Christ's sake. I know what Indian pot's like. Oh, you do? Oh, that should be fascinating. Okay. You got everything from deserts to rainforests. I mean, you can't make this shit up. And then to get somebody on like a program like, and he used to do good stuff, but Future Cannabis Project, Peter. And then when he had people on there talking about microbial collapse and it's just, you know, confuse the issue, make up a bunch of bullshit. Hey, this guy's selling this one and this guy's, selling that seed. But
Right.
no, it's just fertilizer, bee dust, or I've heard it all.
Ron said to ask you about the Highland tie and the Corolla.
Yeah. Okay. Those were collected by me. I actually got the seeds in Corolla, and I crossed it with Highland Tie. Of course, that was imported. And they're both, what do you call it? Sativas. Anyway, it's a pretty exotic high. It's very, very, very unique because these are two land races.
Right.
And yeah, there's a large group of people, and I would count myself in that group. You'll have to look on a map. But Nigeria is in Western Africa, and there's a large river that was and continues today to be one of the largest ports in the world of shipping and come on, and because you have Asian, European ships coming in and going out Africa, and India was trading with the Mediterranean at least 800 years before Christ. Okay, so let's say 3,000 years. And okay, it's my opinion, and I guess even belief, that it was India that brought cannabis to Africa because what are sailors going to have on them? They're going to have their weed, right? That's my belief. And here's why I further say that, because if you smoke the South African varieties, those had ships from all over the world stopping there.
Mm.
Think about it for a minute. How many? I mean, everything going back, what, 2,500 years?
Mm-hmm.
So, and just the, what do you call it? The physical properties of African strains, like they look very much like the Indian with the really long. You can have leaves like 9 inches in length and only be maybe 3/8 of an inch wide on some of the stuff in India. I attribute a lot of that to the heat and the humidity.
Mm.
I mean, think of
Mm.
Miami at 110, and
And the
that's
light
kind of
intensity too.
probably, yeah, because you're at the equator.
So like because of my light intensity here, generally a lot of things that would be indica would still show being a sativa.
Right. But also, okay, consider this. So in the 60s, when the hashish started, the two big producers were Pakistan and Afghanistan. In both countries, as you went higher elevation, the leaves got smaller, or excuse me, narrower.
Because of light intensity. Because you're closer,
That's
getting
it,
closer.
that's.
That's why you get
I'm
sunburn. That's why you get sunburn also too.
okay, and probably
Or
different rays, I would think, right? I'm
yeah,
asking because
different
I don't
rays.
know. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, or
yeah. I mean,
spectrum.
a lot of
Yeah,
times
yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean, filtered differently. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know.
But the African, we used to always use code words so that, and so I named it Dark Continent because that was the name the press gave Africa in the 1900s, 1800s, the Dark Continent. And so when we were talking on the phone or something, we wouldn't say, "Hey, yeah, the African stream." We'd say, the Dark Continent, or say it was a guy. Some of them are still alive. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that had that name, DC, and I used that in breeding for a long, long time when I was making seeds back in the 80s and 90s.
What'd you like about that?
The money, because you're
Yeah.
dealing with farmers. Now, it wasn't
Oh,
packs of
dude.
seeds with 10 fucking seeds in it. I mean,
Oh,
it's-
dude. This morning, it was so funny. It, I thought it was funny. I don't know if you find it funny. So there's this dude. Have you heard? Did you ever see the Jodri thing where he went to India or not India, to the Middle East and shit, and did the whole hash trail and shit? Did you catch that shit?
no,
Okay, no,
see,
it's
I
all
got
right.
sober several years ago. So, sorry.
I got in the show. My wife just told me I have things to do, but you all are welcome to hang out backstage like we normally do. I will see you guys tomorrow. We will finish this conversation backstage also tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, have a wonderful day. Thank you, Coot, for coming by. Thank you, Green Fingers. Thank you, Joel. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank everybody for coming by and hanging out. You guys have a wonderful day.
Yo, it's the Guerrero Grove Show. Feel the vibe with THC Garage. We're ready to ride. Eric 10 Chuck, the